go to about.
Muppet Babies.
He's on his way. And programmed to clap those chicks.
I had to look that one up, man. I had to watch that because
Dude, that was the best. I'm so glad you found it. Like, because not that I couldn't find it myself, but I didn't even think to look for it. But
see, one of my buddies, like when you go to
there.
when you go to conventions and stuff, you got those booths that have basically bootleg versions of old shows. Like somehow they,
is it complete like series?
Yeah, it's complete series, but it's it's on DVD usually, but it's like
DVD.
It's not enhanced. It's not like.
Oh yeah. Try watching it, dude. I was watching Ghost Rider last night,
dude. I remember Ghost Rider, and I like my brother, my sisters, and I. We used to watch that show every weekend, like when it was on, because they would play I think 4 or 5 episodes every night. I remember
sitting there with the whole show,
like not up until like the very very end. Like I remember like the first cast, and I think we watched that until the end. But I remember you were saying that they like rebooted it like twice after that.
There was one initial reboot, which was like that late, like early 2000s. And that was like based in Toronto. And that's what I was saying. It had a lot of runoff from like all the cast members that did Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like that. There's a large pool from like the Canadians. They came in and they would just nail all those roles.
Yeah. I mean, I remember one of the girls in it, in the original cast, was Ellie in the first Pet Sematary movie.
Yeah.
Forget her name, but I remember we saw her in the city once. Like we went
just
to
like
see
walking around.
Yeah. Because we went, like, this was when, the tree was up. This was years ago. This was in the 90s.
Oh, right, Rockefeller Center?
Yeah. So we were there and we saw her and, we were all kind of.
Ghost Rider?
Yeah, we were all kind of like nervous to just like walk up to her and be like, "Hey,
she's low profile. She's not like."
Yeah, but I mean, she denied that she was who she was. So we're just like,
"Oh, really? She didn't accept." What was she worried about? People going to flood her?
Right? Yeah,
like 10 years later, nobody knows the show anymore.
Yeah, well, at the time, yeah, it was late 90s, like 98 or something like that.
So it was in the heart of it then. Okay.
Yeah, so we got one of our friends to walk over and ask her. She's like, "Hey, are you in Ghost Rider?" She's like, "No, that's not me." We're like, okay.
Bitch.
Like, what a lie. It's like, is it really not her? We're like, no, that's her. But it's like, dude, dude, I loved the show. I'm not trying to shed on the actress, but it's like, at the time it was PBS. It's like, you should feel lucky that someone recognized you, like.
Well, like I said, I watched that video and they were popular for that show. Like they got a lot of fan mail. And of course, most of the fan mail is like, who's Ghost Rider? So with that, you have what you have, but it's like being internet famous. You know what I mean? Like they were big, but like it was on PBS.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine like them needing like personnel, or like security or like what necessitates her lying about it. Is she afraid people are going to go, "Oh my God, it is her, rush her," and then everybody comes.
Yeah, exactly.
Over,
it's like, oh my God.
Really? I don't think people are going to do that.
Right. I mean, dude, it's not like she's, Michael Jackson,
Yeah, exactly.
But people would recognize him right away. Like even when he went out.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be alone.
Right.
He'd be like with a fucking, like a battalion, like a militia would be surrounding him.
Right. But at the same time, even if he went out in like the greatest disguise ever, people would recognize him. Because he used to go like put on like a full, like this was when he was younger. He would, he had the afro, but he would put on like a full beard and everything, and people would recognize him right away. It's like, that's Michael. That's him.
Dude, did I ever tell you about that kid I met in Montauk? He claimed to be an actor.
I don't know, but I just wanted to say one more thing about that night in the city at Rockefeller Center, and I think you'd like this. Didn't really get to talk to him much. I think I shook his hand and said, "Hey, I like you."
Who'd you meet?
The lead singer from Sponge.
No way.
Dude, yeah,
Vinny
he was
like,
out.
Dude.
He was out and about because like this one dude. You know how like people like to,
dude. He's the best.
Yeah, dude. You know how like people like to like name drop and shit.
Yeah.
Like they're like, "Oh, look, there he is." It's like he's everywhere that I go. Oh my God. He's like, "Hey, you remember me?" Like he's talking to him like he knows him and shit. I'm like, okay. I just walked over and be like, "Hey, man, I'm a fan. I like the music."
I would fucking love to meet Vinny.
And that was it. Like I didn't like, dude. He was really tall and like skinny. Like,
dude, he's got the prototypical rock star body, like that thin, like like heroin body, like
but
where you have no fat
cool.
and
but
giant
like
head.
Yeah, but that. All right. So like, you're gonna tell me about a guy who tells you he's an actor, but like at the same time, it's like this guy was like, "Oh, I run into this guy everywhere. Oh my God. Like, I can't believe he's here. Let me go say hi. You know, like that type of shit. Like that, like we're old buddies. Like, I can't believe we ran into each other here again.
God.
Good to
Yeah.
see you,
Oh,
pal.
jeez.
Yeah.
It's like, you've been stalking me this entire week.
It's like, dude, leave me alone, man.
We're
all
playing
right?
2 shows. You were outside in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Fucking
So you know what
psycho.
I'm saying? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
there he is again. Freaking
There's
name.
that news van again.
Yeah, those those
You
name
remember those
dropping people.
commercials?
Yeah. Like those people who just like make up stories about famous people just to make
Yeah, to
themselves
fabricate
feel
them
like,
for the-
yeah. Because how are you gonna prove it's wrong?
Self-grandiosity. It's
How
like,
you gonna-
oh,
how
I'm
you-
so important.
Exactly. I'm gonna call up the singer of Sponge and be like, hey, dude, do you know this guy? Like, is
Yeah.
it true?
I'm
It's
like,
when
hey, Vinny, who's this guy? I don't know.
I don't know,
Liar.
man. I don't know, man. He just seems to be everywhere that I'm at. Like,
I would love to meet Vinny. Dude, he's the fucking best, man. Dude,
yeah, he
Sponge
was
is the
cool.
shit.
I mean, like I said, it was very quick, very like, hi, how are you? That was it.
Yeah. I would imagine that would be like prototypical. Like, you're not gonna
Yeah.
sit there and go, hey man, what are you doing?
Exactly.
You want to
Like,
fucking hang out,
so-
have a beer? Don't be a pussy.
So,
Yeah.
tree, huh?
What you doing later? Got any plans, bro? What's the matter? School tomorrow?
So, what do you think of the tree, huh?
You know,
Right?
want to hang out,
Big-
have a drink?
Big, big tree in the Big Apple, huh? Oh, come on, you
100%, bro.
got to let me do it.
Yeah, you get it. There it is. You're late, bro.
Late, too late.
Yeah, man, but that would be fucking cool, though. One of those,
So
it
tell
really
me
is those-
about-
the laid farts.
Tell me about the master thespian from Montauk.
Okay, so obviously, as a fan, for those that don't know, I'm a massive Nickelodeon fan. Grew up with it, and my whole initial wanted to act, like desire to act, was from Nickelodeon. Watching like Are You Afraid of the Dark, Goosebumps, things like that. And Goosebumps, of course, not Nickelodeon, but still one of the like shows that I watched, and I still watch to this day, every day. So when I was in Montauk, and I used to go every year. I used to meet a lot of people there. So I met this one kid one day. I was just, running around the pool, whatever. And, when you're a kid, you just befriend everybody. You're just hanging out, and maybe you go to the beach over there. Like there's the sound that's right next to where the premises.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
s-
Mhm.
So, I just met him and I started talking to him, and he was cool. Like, dude, he like listened to the same music I did. He was really into this. This was at the height of Rage. So like, I've never gotten into Rage Against the Machine. Like, I like them, but I've never really listened to them.
Right,
And-
yeah. Dude, same here, man. Like, I liked a lot of their songs, and it wasn't until like years later I started like actually listening to the albums. It's good music. I'm not like a huge fan. I like
Still
that
not,
stuff.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
when Battle of Los Angeles came out, that's the first album I actually bought.
Right. Okay.
And I bought it, and because that had that one single, the Guerrilla Radio, which I fucking loved. That was a really
Yeah.
cool song,
Yeah.
and I liked that album. But up until that point, I was indifferent to them. Like I was like, they're cool.
Yeah. I think my first was it was either their first or Evil Empire. I think I got their first, but like years after it came out.
I
But I
to this
wasn't like
day,
huge into them.
I
you
still
know?
don't have any of those albums other than Battle of Los
Yeah, for
Angeles.
me, Rage Against the Machine isn't a beginning to end album. It's like you'll listen to, like when you first get it, you'll listen to it all the way through, maybe a few times, but then you get to a point where you just like pinpoint certain songs. It's like, you know what,
It's
I want to
the-
hear this one.
It's the one trick ponyism that
Yeah,
it gets old to me.
Yeah, and it's like I kind of feel the same way. I mean, I know you're a Limp Bizkit fan, but like I kind of feel that way about them too, because I know it's not exactly the same, but it's similar. Like that rock rap type of stuff.
It
But
is.
like I
but I will
just
say
just see
this.
like Limp Bizkit as like that type of
I
band.
totally
you
get
know?
that, but I find Limp Bizkit far more re-listenable than Rage. Like Rage is corporate packaged rebellion. Like I don't fall for that shit. Like yeah, you're not getting me, bro.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Fuck the man, except when the man pays you your fucking bills. Then say,
Yeah.
oh, better get masked, better get fucking
Yeah.
vaxxed.
Don't come to our show
They're not
unless you have
rebels,
that
dude.
card.
For all the people watching, they're not rebels. They're not. They're packaged rebellion. Trust me. Tom Morello, all of them have deep roots with the fucking the feds. They're all connected. It's
Well,
all
dude, I
bullshit.
mean, listen. A lot of people look highly upon Tom Morello because of his guitar style. He is a very innovative guitar player. Does a lot of cool,
He is.
I guess, like sound effects.
I'm
I
not
don't know if-
marginalizing his ability.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying, like,
right.
as far as the
But I love the bass player, man. I think the bass player is great. He's
right.
one of
They're a great band.
fantastic.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's
Very
why I
great
loved
band.
it. That's why I loved
That's
Audio
why-
Slave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because you took somebody that could actually sing and has dynamic ability, like that can actually do more than just go, oh, go on the radio. It's just, it got old. I'm sorry. Like that.
blow it again!
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, that was more Tom Morello, but not Tom Morello, fucking Tom Araya.
Oh, yeah, that was Tom
Angel
Ryan.
of Death!
Rage Against the Slayer.
Yeah, Rage. Slay against the machine.
Exactly.
Dude,
But
I
that
used
was
to
very
do that.
Tom
When, yeah,
Araya,
when I used to work in CBS, I would just randomly shout that. I almost gave an old lady a heart attack because I'm like in the aisle, I'm just doing my shit. I just screamed it. I was like, Angel of Death! And one of my coworkers.
But if you say that loud enough, all the Slayer fans will come out of the fucking ground.
Dude, I hear them coming, man.
Like the Lord of the Rings.
Dude, the skunks are getting squashed right now, and it stinks. No, but dude, one of my coworkers like peeks in the aisle. He's like, "What the hell was that?" I'm like, "Oh no, it's just some Slayer."
No big deal.
Just Slayer, just Slayer
random
at
Slayer.
3 o'clock in the morning. Like, what else? What other time would you do it? Because it's like at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's in the store. You have time to actually like fix the shelves and shit, and scream some Slayer.
Scream out loud.
Okay, so I'm sorry, we kind of just
I know we veered off, but it's
thrown
okay.
off track. Master Thespian, Montauk. I like the word thespian, so that's why I'm using it. It sounds better than
Is that
actor.
the new word for the day is thespian?
No, well, I was thinking, because I was thinking of Holliston when Tony Todd was on. He's like, I'm a thespian. He's like,
Oh yeah,
you are?
and he was.
Yeah. He's like, wait, you are? He's like, an actor.
I'm a thespian. I didn't know you were gay.
Yeah,
No,
it was like that kind of,
That was the
yeah,
whole-
kind of, yeah. Do you have
So,
any meth?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's like you have any cocaine? Like he's asking him for like
I
all
watched
these
it
drugs.
once. I don't
Yeah,
remember it though. It's
Yeah, it's a great episode. I mean, it's a great show.
Meth.
Yeah.
Shrimp scampi. But
All right,
going back to this kid, so he was really into Rage Against the Machine. So it was when that second album came out, and I remember he was playing it. Like he had like his little headphones on, and dude, he was. I'm not even like shitting on the kid. Like he was cool as shit. Like we hung out like that weekend. Like he was there for like the weekend, and we were talking, and I was bringing up, of course, when you're hanging out, you talk about shit you like. This is like what 13, 12, 13 around there.
Yeah, especially at 12, 13, it's like you like pretty girls.
I like pretty girls.
Sorry.
So he looked like this California kid, like like that dirty blonde hair and like tan
All
skin.
right.
And he was just cool though. But he told me this. He started going into his history, like who he was. I don't remember his name now at this point because it's irrelevant. But he started telling me that he's an actor, and I was like, "No shit, you're an actor." And he told me he was in he told me a few things, and he was in Nickelodeon, and it's things that in my head I'm going, well, I can't corroborate this because by the way, this is or I have to emphasize this for those listening now. This was in the early 90s. I couldn't just go on my phone and just go IMDb. Let me see.
Right, yeah,
None of that shit
exactly,
existed.
yeah.
So you had to take people on their word, and you had
Yeah.
to wait. Like for the episodes he said, I was like, oh shit, I have to wait now and keep watching Nickelodeon. And one day that episode comes on during a rerun, I have to
or hope
tape
that you,
it and then watch.
exactly.
The
hope
credits,
that you possibly taped it and go through all your collection. Like,
And by the way, that's exactly what I fucking did. It took like 8 months.
Well,
Not joking. It wasn't until
my
like next
God, wow.
spring by the time that episode came back on.
Oh, that's wild.
But I taped it and I remember watching it. But I'll get to that in a second. I want to turn this. I want to go back.
Yes, I need
you going to say
to-
something? Were you going to
No. I was just gonna say because like back then when you would record on a VHS tape, you would choose was it EP or SLP to where
Right.
you can use 8 hours of video.
EP was always the ideal because it gave you more time.
Gave you more
Quality was
time.
less.
Quality was less, but like you could fit.
Yeah.
So on that you would have 16 episodes? It's
Yeah.
like you would have like
'Cause
16
I had
episodes. of
I would
Goosebumps.
make like one tape a show. So I would have like one.
Possibly 17 or 18 if you actually sat there and paused at the commercial
And took it,
breaks.
which I did. I was meticulous.
Right.
And it saddens me now because I don't have the tapes anymore. But it's like now you
Right.
appreciate the old commercials.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't it weird? Like, you hate
Yeah.
commercials, but because commercials suck so bad now that it makes you miss the old school commercials for
Well,
nostalgic purposes?
there are it might be TV Land, but I can't remember for sure, a channel that has, like, old TV shows, even, like, old game shows. It might have been, like, this old game show network or whatever, but they play every now and then, they'll play, like, one old commercial during their
Yeah,
commercial break, but it's usually of a product that still exists.
right.
So they'll, like, play, like, an older
So some
commercial.
continuity to it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, "Hey, Mr. Clean," it's like, "Okay, that still exists, so we could do that?"
Well, I mean, just to add to this point, there's plenty of channels I watch that have blocks. They do, like,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
old
yeah.
like, I've sent them to you before, like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
play they cultivate, like, they take a bunch of old commercials and put them in there, and it kinda gives you that vibe like you're, like, 12 again watching it.
Of course. Yeah.
But going back to this kid, so he brought up 2 episodes that he talked about that he was in. One, he talked about he was in an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And he was talking about how he played this it was this episode in which it was a brother and sister who lived in this building, and then these people moved in, and they were on this floor, and it turned out to be, like, these aliens. And they were trying to get like, they lured them in trying to play make he's like, "Hey, you wanna play this game?" And they were and basically, the basic premise is the girl was actually an alien. She was one of them, and she was left there, like, some odd time in the past,
His sister.
and yes. So
Very, very Are You Afraid of the Dark?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then so he was claiming to be that kid. I remember that episode back then, but I didn't watch that episode back then. So I'm like,
Mhm.
"Shit, I now have to wait
Yeah.
for that episode," and when that comes out,
Yeah.
when I see it, then now here's the thing that really made him sound credible just because of the detail. So, also around that time, so this is had to be maybe this is a little bit later because now that I think about it, he was talking about Space Cases. Now, Space Cases came out, I think, in the mid-90s.
That Space Cases is the name of the show or
It was
an
the name of a show.
episode? Oh, okay.
It
I
was a
thought it was
show
like
that
an
came out.
episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, but that's an
No, no,
actual.
no, no, this is a separate show. Nickelodeon show, but a separate show.
Wow, I don't remember the Space
It
Cases.
lasted, like, 2 seasons. So, basically, it was kind of like a kid's version of Star Trek. So, it
Okay.
revolved around a bunch of kids. Now, the main character in that show, like, most of the actors were all young, like, nobody's, like, upstarts, but the main character was Zach from Power Rangers.
Okay, that see, like, I remember he
He was
was
the
in some
oldest one,
show.
like, he was, like, at this
You know
point in his early 20s, and all of them
Yeah.
around him were all
See, like,
kids.
that I see, like, that sounds vaguely familiar. Probably just didn't remember the name of the show. But, like I say when I say vaguely, I mean, like, very, like, I couldn't remember what show it
Oh,
was. I just remember that he was in a show after Power
and
Rangers.
Heidi was in it. Do you remember Salute Your Shorts? Dina?
I do remember Salute Your Shorts. I didn't watch it as much as you did, though,
Okay.
you know?
She was okay, so in the show, you had the 3 chicks. You had Telly, right? Zoe, who was, like, the hippy dippy girl. And you had
Okay,
Dina, who was, like, the hot, like, she was a gorgeous, like, rich girl, and she was the one that was always, like, she would complain about things and all that stuff. She was, like, your
okay.
typical or that girl. She was in Space Cases as well. So those are 2 notable actors in it. And the show actually, for what, because I was watching a video on it not too long ago, it actually did fairly well. The only reason it ended was because Zach left the show to go take a chance on on a spelling show that was coming out. I don't remember which one,
Okay. I
it's like
just
a
looked I just looked Heidi up. I don't
you don't
remember
remember
that
her at
show
all?
as dude, I didn't watch that show that often. All I
No, but
remember
I
is
just figured you would like, because she's very visually, like, you would
no, yeah,
you
yeah,
think you'd
dude,
remember
I
her.
get that, but it's like, all that shit was, like, overshadowed by,
But
Donkey
Nick
Lips
and Donkey
and
Lips.
yeah, and the fact that Sam from freaking Different Strokes was in it, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. But Nick. But, with that show, it ended because he left, and that was the heart of the show, so they never continued. And he went on to that show, and that show did nothing. I don't remember, it was like Malibu Heights or some stupid
Yeah.
shit, take your pick. It's some, another spelling. He looked at the name, he's like, "Oh my god, this guy, 90210, whatever, take your pick."
Well, yeah, I mean, dude,
Everything
Aaron
he
Spelling
touches turns to gold.
yeah, almost. I mean, dude, Saved by the Bell, 90210, Melrose Place,
Yeah, but
freaking
the crazy part is, dude, he wasn't even a main cast member on the show. So he took a gamble just to be like a fucking, like,
yeah, but
maybe in a episode or 2.
yeah, but that's like something big on your resume to be on a show because again,
Yeah, but,
like
like,
a show by Aaron Spelling because Aaron Spelling shows usually do very well. So, and I get it. I get it because he's probably thinking like, okay, I'm gonna leave the main character part on this show to be a minimal, minimal character on an Aaron Spelling show. You know what
Yeah,
I
but
mean?
still, man,
It's
I
like
still
I could be in a band, right? I could be the bass player and be up front or whatever. And it's like, hey, listen, and then this like huge band calls me. He's like, listen, we just want you to play the triangle on 3 songs on stage with us. Okay, I'll do it.
well, let me just give you a little bit more contextual data to that.
That's a gross exaggeration, but you know what I'm saying. It's like if you're like, all right, I'll put it this way: a lead guitarist in his own band who's a great lead guitarist, and then like Pantera comes and says, "Listen, we want you to play bass for us." Not minimizing at all what a
Yeah.
bass player does, because I am a bass player, but you're not using your full potential as a musician, as a guitarist, while you're playing the bass. You could, if you're like me and you're awesome.
Yeah, but dude, I did that with Enrapture. Remember we had the hardcore band, and I
Yes,
went there, I was playing bass.
exactly.
I didn't wanna play bass, but I was
And
playing bass.
you even played bass on your guitar because
Yeah, wearing the cane mask.
yeah. Yes, I'll never forget that, dude. That was great.
Yeah, but it's funny you brought that you, like, propagandized that because I literally did that.
Right, and
Now,
the
it wasn't
thing,
that wasn't for, like, a big illustrious band, but it's just, like, I did that
right.
whole, like
Yeah, well, okay, so that's exactly the point. It's like, all right, I'm not gonna play guitar. I'm not gonna be the fucking awesome guitarist that I am. I'll be a good bass player, you know, for a band that I want to be in, for a famous band. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I get that. I know it's like a not really a perfect comparison, but it's just what I could think of right now. You know what I mean?
I get it, but, like,
I mean,
you
it really
look at
sucked for
this.
you when you were the bass player, because it's not like you could just borrow a bass from anybody because you're a bass,
No.
you're a lefty.
I was a guitar player at the time, yeah.
But you're also a lefty.
Yeah.
It's like you
No, I
could have
know,
borrowed
yeah, it's like,
you know what I mean?
nobody's
As a
gonna have it.
writer, yeah, as a writer, you could have borrowed a bass from anybody you knew
Anyone,
that was
yeah.
a bass player, you know? It's like, how many lefties do you I mean, dude, even when you go to the store, there's like you might find 2 lefty basses.
Oh, dude, you know the
You'll
plight of
definitely
that,
find
like,
one, but maybe 2.
it's always, like, the shittiest one.
Yeah, usually. It's like the sub company
That's why I
of a
loved
sub
Ibanez
company.
because yeah. No, because Ibanez was a good company, but they would always
Yeah.
at least make 1 or 2 lefties.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
well,
know,
I
as
mean,
far
like
as, like, models.
some of their better, funner, you know, basses, because like I love the Sound Gear basses. Very lightweight, very fun to play, 24 frets. I'm talking about basses.
Yeah.
You know, I I have 2 of them. I have one from like 2006 that is like same color throughout the whole body, like on the back, it's all painted black, you know, and it's the old school shit where because they're active pickups, you have to unscrew the back,
Yeah.
pull
Yeah.
the little
Get into
piece
it, yeah.
out, take the battery out, put it in, and then screw it all back up. And the newer one, it just has the little pull tab
Tedious as
for it.
fuck, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. But I love that bass. That was like, that was the first new bass that I bought, because the first one I owned was used, obviously. It wasn't Ibanez, but it was like it was like a beginner bass. Then when I got that thing, I was like, wow, this has 24 frets. Sky's the limit.
Dude, and Washburn, dude, I've always wanted a dime guitar, but they don't make
So
them
did I,
lefties.
dude. Yeah. Yeah. That's
But
true.
yeah, but
too.
you could have bought one though. Like,
Yeah, true.
I would
but-
have to go to Washburn and have a custom made one, which triples the price.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you could, because Dean makes them now. You know what I mean? Well, Dean was the original company that made the guitars that Dimebag played.
The
Then
Washburns? They made
Washburn, yeah, but Washburn made them, and then Dean made them again. So
Okay.
I think Dean is more of a company that you'd be able to find a lefty with.
Probably.
I mean, because they even make basses with that body, and I would
Mm.
love one of those. I would definitely love one of those.
The one thing I'll say about Space Cases, it was one of the best shows, one of the top shows in Nickelodeon when he left. So when he left, it was a huge blow. So the only point I'm gonna say is this. I get the name is illustrious when you see Aaron Spelling, but it's like you were top dog at a show at Nickelodeon at the time. I know you want to expand your
know.
horizons, but you left him high and dude, you left him high and dry.
Yeah,
Like it was
I
the end
know.
of the season. They were ready to film for the next season, and you just went and the show ended because he was gone. They couldn't replace him. So real dick thing, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
No, but like I said, I agree with you, but like I
Yeah.
get why he did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I just mean to
You
me,
know?
it's just a real douchey move because you just screwed over all those kids that that depended on you and you were part of that show. You were the heart of the show, and you do your own thing. Granted, I get it. It's a small pool because it's Nickelodeon. You want to be an adult and you want to branch out, but like, what did it get you? Nothing. You weren't a main cast member. The show never picked up, and
So this show,
so with Space
Space
Cases, right?
this kid was in it, right? This
So
kid
the
that you met
show-
in Montauk.
Right. Well, he claimed to be in an episode.
one episode.
So he actually he elucidated the episode. And it sounded very believable. Like he said he was going on a date and he was describing this date like he went with Dina, Heidi, the girl I was telling you about. That's
Okay.
that actress. That him like he's some side character that came in and once again, I really didn't watch the show much. Like I knew of Space Cases, but it wasn't one of the ones like because I've never been like a Star Trek guy. So like when I saw the premise of it, I'm like, this is not my
Yeah, no, I got you.
like I wanted to watch it because Heidi was in it, but it's like, do I really want to sit through this? And I'm like, nah, so I didn't really watch too much of it. So I listened, always open minded, listened to him. He described the whole episode, how he was like, at a movie theater with her, and it was very elaborate. Like so if he was making it up, he was very elaborate. But the funny part is that episode never aired because the show got canceled. So I don't know. Like he told me
Right,
that like the
yeah.
episode is supposed to be coming out next season, and it was just at that turn. You see how convenient like everything is?
Yeah, but okay, so the show was 2 seasons long, correct?
I think it lasted 2 or 3. Yeah, I don't remember offhand.
Oh, okay. But
So they were getting ready to make the 3rd or 4th season. Like, you know what I mean? So it was one of the 2.
right,
So
but the episode that he was in apparently in the season that didn't air.
right.
Like that they didn't get to record. But he
'Cause
got
he
to
was telling
record.
me at the time that he goes, "It's not in this season. It's gonna be in the next season." That they're,
But
so
he said that he acted it out already and he did it or he got cast
yeah.
for it.
No,
Oh, he
he
said
said
he acted it
he
out.
was
Oh,
describing the whole scene. So that he was in.
okay. All right.
So I sat there and I'm like, "Okay, this is cool." But in the back of my head, I'm like, I have no way to corroborate this, but I'm
Right.
gonna have to just wait and see if the
Well,
episodes come rolling in.
exactly. Like I said, man, it's always easy to make up stories when you don't think people can
Call you
confirm
out,
it.
and you don't have
Yeah.
immediate confirmation or refutation. So I couldn't repudiate this. And on top of this, his dad was there, and he told me this is what made me think of this when you were mentioning your visual,
Ghostwriter.
your observation of that girl. He told me he's like, don't bring my dad. If you talk to my dad, don't ask him about this whole thing. He doesn't like to talk about this. And that's in my head. I'm like, okay, so he's full of shit now. Because why? Like, what would be the big deal if I went to him? Hey,
Yeah,
man,
I mean,
your son acts, and he's like, you know what I mean? So I don't like. Once again, I don't remember what his name was, but he was a cool kid. I hung out for like those 2 days. But he claimed he was an actor, and he claimed he was in those 2 episodes. And I remember going, well, one, I'm probably never, one I was never to watch because it never happened. And then when I finally watched that episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, I remember watching it going, doesn't look like him. Like the whole time it's on, I'm like, this is it. I felt like the Seinfeld episode with the joke with the flaming globes of Sigmund when he's like, that's not funny. That's not funny.
Dude, I didn't watch Seinfeld like that to even know what you're talking about.
He was really short. It was an episode he wakes up from his sleep and he starts laughing because he has a joke in his head and he writes it down and then he goes back to sleep. So when he wakes up, he can't read his writing. So through the whole episode, he's walking around and he's trying to ask, can you read this? What does it say? What does it say? And nobody could figure it out. And then it wasn't until like they're in the hospital at the end where they were watching TV and there's this guy screaming. He's going, it's a movie. It's like some like sci-fi movie. He's going, flaming globes of Sigmund. And so like he's looking and he goes, that's what it is. Flaming globes of Sigmund. That's not funny. That's not funny. So it just became the whole big thing. Like all that, and you finally find it, and it's not funny at all. So it wasn't some killer joke. But I remember looking at it going, I don't think that's not him. I mean, it was a white kid. He kind of had like blondish hair, so it's kind of like him, but didn't really look like him. And then when I was checking the credits, I saw the name, and the name wasn't the name he gave. So at that point, I was like, okay, confirmed, myth busted. He was not an actor.
Gotcha. All right,
He just played one.
No, because like I was looking up this actress from
Which one?
Ghost Rider, and it
Yeah,
says,
do you remember Laney?
well, on the show her name was in the show her name was Lenny.
Begins with an
Yeah,
L. Yeah,
Lenny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I looked her up, and I was almost positive about this, but I didn't want to say it yet, so I had to confirm it by going on IMDb because it is possible that she wasn't the girl from Ghost Rider because she has a twin sister.
Oh,
So I mean, if it really all right, so her name is Blaze Burdall, and her sister is Bo Burdall. So Blaze and Bo,
so
those
maybe
don't
it could have been
sound
her sister.
right. Exactly, but she didn't do the whole. No, that's my sister, or maybe she didn't because. Maybe because her sister has a better actor career than she did at the time. I have no idea.
Disown her. Fuck
Well,
her.
I mean, because like apparently her sister's an actress too, but and it's funny because like back
Oh, did it
then,
hit a nerve? Like, no,
I mean,
that was not me.
it might have, but it's funny because like back then, a lot of times when you had twins, like both kids played the same role.
Well,
Like
kids, yes.
yeah,
When
but
you
I
once
mean
you get
like
a little older than
yeah,
them,
but I
it's
mean like in see like in Pet Cemetery, I only see her name. So I don't think like both of them played the role. I think it was
well, they
just her.
usually but the problem is they usually don't. Like, that's usually for babies and up to, like, maybe, like, 2 or 3-year-olds where they could interchange them because the temperament's hard to keep them in character, so they change them out a lot. The
I
only other
mean,
time you have that is if you're doing a movie with, like, twins, where you're doing some kind of thing where
yeah, but see, like you had what was it? The Olsen twins. The Olsen twins. Oh no, wait. I guess her sister did share the role with her in Pet Cemetery, but she doesn't have a picture. It's one of those.
she's
She was
not
born in.
she's not an actual actress.
Yeah, it's like they treat her like
You're not
Zelda.
important enough to get a headshot.
They treat her like Zelda in Pet Cemetery. Like they keep her in the room until she goes nuts, and it's like,
Yeah.
we're coming for you, Blaze.
"Don't make me get the hose." But dude, I never forget that kid, man. I never forget that because there were no numbers. I was never going to see him again or talk to him. There was no emails. There was no social media. So it was just one of those things he left. And I'm like, and as I remember he was driving away, I'm like, this kid probably just shoved a whole bunch of bullshit in my ear about it.
Yeah,
And it's like,
but
but you wanted to be given the benefit of the doubt. It's like,
okay. So now, when you found that "Are You Afraid of the Dark" episode, was it him?
oh no, definitely not. Like, I'll say this, it looked like him, but it looked like him in the sense that it just was a dude that looked like him.
Right, like
Like,
it
not
was
actually like it is him, it just looked like it was a thin blonde
right.
dude, like dirty blonde dude with, like it looked like him.
Yeah, it's not like you were like sitting there like looking at him like, "Oh my god, that is him." You probably saw
Yeah.
it like immediately, like that's not fucking him.
Yeah, that's because what you do is this, like, you look at it and then you're like, oh, you immediately like, "Oh, that's not him," but then you scrutinize and like, "Well, maybe his haircut," so you're trying to give the benefit of that, you're looking
Yeah,
at
yeah,
different
yeah.
angles
Exactly, yeah.
and you're trying to listen to the voice inflection and everything. I'm going, "Well, if he filmed this like a year earlier," it's like but then at the same time, I'm like, because in my head, to be honest, I'm being honest, like I thought he was full of shit to begin with, especially when he's like, "Don't bring it up to my
Well
dad," because but when
well,
he
dude
brought the whole with the whole space case thing, he literally fabricated an entire scene. So kudos
right,
to him. Like he came up with
yeah,
he dedicated a whole scene to like this imaginary fucking rule.
right. See, like, I remember, we had that music store that was right by my house
Yeah,
growing
yeah.
up.
Remember that
And
story?
I
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I remember, like, going in there, I would always look at the guitars or whatever. I never really, like, I didn't know how to play at the time, but I wanted to get a guitar. This is when we were getting into metal and
Yeah, we used to
Metallica
window
was the
shop
world
like a
to us.
motherfucker,
Yeah.
man.
But I remember going in there and stuff, and I was talking with one of the guys, and he was, like, playing bass or whatever, and he's like, "Well, I'm a drummer." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "Yeah. I played with some bands, I played for Alice Cooper." I'm like, "Oh, that's really cool." He's like, "Yeah, did you see the movie Wayne's World?" I'm like, "Yeah, I saw Wayne's World." And he's like, "Yeah, that drummer, that was me on stage with Alice Cooper." I'm like, "Oh, no shit, that's awesome, man." Watch the movie, I'm like, "That's not
It's
fucking
not him.
him."
Yeah, exactly.
Because like, his hair was, like, short and, like, down, like, straight
Yeah.
down.
That's
The
not
guy in the
him.
video in the movie, his hair was, like, all big. And again, same thing you did, giving him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he teased it, maybe he did this or
Yeah,
whatever and
like
all that
you're
shit. And I'm
analyzing, you're
like,
trying to assess. Like you're like,
yeah, but I'm like, this movie came out, like, 2 years ago. There's no
yeah,
way that his hair changed that much in 2 years.
yeah.
You know? It's like straight down or fucking
Dude, as soon as I saw the kid, I'm like, that's not fucking him. And
and you waited 8 months to find that out.
right, because once again, before, like I didn't even know what episode, like, because it's one of those things. There's no IMDb, so I didn't know like what
No,
episode of the
yeah.
season was. You just had to wait till one day you see the episode and going, oh, it's. And I remember like finally, like after months, dude, after waiting the entire fall, the whole winter, and then spring come rolling around, and because the
Yeah.
show they didn't play the show a ton. It was like
Right.
every
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah.
night at Stick. If you're lucky, they would have like one day where they play like 2 episodes, like a little block, but like you had to wait for the new season to
The whole
come,
cycle, yeah.
then them to cycle that whole season, and then when there's that gap before the next season comes out, then play an older episode, like random ones from like season 1, 2, what have you, and
Yeah,
you
it's
just had to catch it. It was literally it's like fishing, and you're just waiting, 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 waiting.
Yeah, it's not like nowadays where like a lot of like the bigger shows will have they'll play it twice. Like I remember like when Walking Dead was on, didn't they play that twice? Like they would play Walking Dead, Talking Dead, and then replay Walking Dead,
Yeah, but
right?
that's
Is that
also the
not what they
era in
did?
which they started repeating stuff. They didn't do that, like, at least back, you know, like, that's like,
Yeah,
when Walking Dead came out, that's when they really started going, "You know, if we just played this whole block again, we catch a lot more people," like, people that may have
yeah,
missed the first one or people that wanna rewatch it because, you know, they love the show.
right. Or they
Really a
forgot to
marketing
set it.
strategy, you know,
Yeah,
but I wish they would have engaged that in Nickelodeon back in the day, but
yeah. See, I remember with The Walking Dead when they, I can't remember if they played the whole first season in black and white on AMC. That was cool. Like, I watched, I think, like, I know I watched the first episode, and that was, like, that was cool. Like, it looked
all in
cool in
black and
black and
white,
white.
huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I could've again, I think they at least they either did the whole season or, like, the first, like, 2 or 3 episodes. I remember watching at least the first one. I may have watched the second one, but I thought that was pretty cool. That's like, like I know you're a fan of Fury Road, and it's like if
Oh,
you,
yeah.
yeah, it's like you buy the Blu-ray, it
Oh,
comes
the
with the,
black and
yeah, yeah,
silver? No, it wasn't, it was something
chrome,
chrome, that's it, yeah.
yeah, it's like black and chrome, and
Very
like,
stylistic, yeah.
yeah, I mean, dude, it's so funny
I've
because like,
watched it. I watched it in
yeah,
black and chrome.
yeah, yeah, dude, I watched the movie Parasite in black and white. Like
Mm,
I wanted to just like watch, have you seen Parasite?
yes.
Yeah, so I'm like.
Great movie.
Okay, yeah, oh, dude, I love that movie. So, when I had it on digital, I'm like, "Okay, let me see what it looks like in black and white." I'm watching it for like 5 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. It's like I couldn't stop watching it 'cause
Yeah.
it is such a great movie.
Yeah,
And,
pulls you in.
yeah, and I like that whole idea, but again, when we talk about comments and we talk about how crazy people get and how defensive they get,
Oh god,
you
insanely
talk
defensive,
yeah,
yeah.
so when
They're
yeah.
incensed, they're like, you literally can't talk reason with them.
Yeah, so when they put it out that Fury Road, if you buy the digital version of Fury Road, you will get it in darkness and chromeness or whatever, dark and chrome or however they put it, you know? And some people are like, I don't need to do that. I could just, you know, make my TV black and white. Oh, you don't understand what black and chrome is if
You're
you think you
missing
could just
out, yeah.
make your TV black and white. You don't know what they had to go through to make
It's not
that
just black and
chrome.
white. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's chrome, not white, you dumb fucking uncultured swine. Like, that's the one they
Sycophants.
love using, uncultured swine. You uncultured swine. Don't you know there's a difference between black and white and silver and chrome? You jerk. That's why nobody likes you. This is why you should have been aborted. Like, that's the shit that people say. It's like, I could just, and so like casually, like I could just change the settings on my TV if I want. No, you can't. You have no idea.
There's no setting for chrome.
Right, yeah. Oh, show me where the Chrome setting is. I'll wait.
Chrome dome.
Reference
Yeah, dude,
or whatever they
it's
say.
sad because
It's like,
no, because
link,
it's sad 'cause it's
please.
so true. It's
Yeah.
that's
People,
I remember reading one of the comment sections for that and, like, just the heated debate about, "It's just black and white." It's not just black and white. You don't understand.
obviously, you're not a cinephile.
Yeah, it's they learn the words, like, "I
Tell
love
me,
movies. I'm a cinephile."
yeah. Tell me you never watched a movie in dark and chrome without telling me you never watched a movie in dark and chrome.
Tell
Or
me you're
whatever
not
they
a
call it.
cinephile
I know
without
it's
telling me you're
chrome.
not a cinephile.
Yeah, I don't know if it's silver and chrome or black and chrome,
I know,
dark and whatever it
Twilight
is.
and chrome.
I know
It's some
chrome is
wacky
yeah,
descriptor.
exactly, dude.
It's just
It's
some
like,
grandiose
what's the
fucking terminology.
exactly.
It's black and white.
Yeah, it's like, what color is that pop filter on your microphone? Crimson.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Crimson
know?
and clover.
Yeah,
Over and
exactly.
over.
Crimson and
Fucking
ebony,
ass clowns. Yeah, yeah.
Fucking
Ebony and ivory. Oh, it's black
Oh
and
my
white.
god.
No, it's ebony and ivory. That shit is definitely one of those, like, things where you watch it, it's cool. I don't know if there's really a massive distinction between it, but I guess the silver popped a little bit more. Who the fuck knows? I just love the movie, man. Who
I
cares about
think
if it's a black and white or color?
yeah, see, like, I think the reason they call it that, chrome or whatever, it's because it's in 4K or HD,
Was it George
whatever
Miller?
was it.
Is that
Yeah, George Miller, writer, director.
I
See, I
love
haven't
his
seen,
vision, man.
I haven't seen the other one, Furiosa.
I love dude, Furious is great, dude.
I have no interest. I'm not a fan of Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, like,
Yeah, but you don't
I'll
have
go
to
as
be.
far as
Like, the movie's really
I know.
good.
I just don't. I don't know. I don't think she's that great of an actress, and it's like the less I see of her in a movie,
Yeah, but,
the
like,
better.
it's she's her marginal acting is shrouded in the greatness of the movie.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, it's like watching a movie with Jenna Ortega. It's like she's there, and it's like you got good shit happening around them, and then there she
I
is.
get that. I mean, I like Wednesday, but I don't watch the show Wednesday because I don't like her. So
Well, I mean, dude, for me, and I'm sure for you, Wednesday is Christina Ricci.
she always will be.
Yeah, I mean,
There's no throwing in that.
of course, you're gonna get the people like, well, the original Wednesday from the TV show. It's
Old
like, okay,
school,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
We're
we
not
got
talking
it.
about her. We're talking about
We
the
got it.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah, but and dude, the original Addams Family show was a good show, but the movie was what got me interested in it. The movie's the reason I even watched the original show because I was always a Munsters guy.
I like the
You know,
Munsters too. I mean, I
I
grew up
love the
watching that
Munsters.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was watching it last week with my dad, man. Yeah, I come in the house, my dad's like, "Oh, my favorite show is on." I'm like, "What?"
Lily?
And
Lily?
I'm like, "Andy Griffith?" And he's like, "No." And it was the Munsters, and
Andy
he was
Griffith. I
wearing his
never watched
Munsters.
that, yeah.
Yeah, he was wearing his Munsters t-shirt while watching it too. So I was like, "Okay, this makes sense."
Very apropos.
Yeah,
The Munsters. Yeah, that was a fun show.
it
I
was,
don't
man.
do you ever watch I like I've grown an appreciation for black and white stuff. You know, like so like I've told you about we've talked about it before, actually.
I'm
The
sorry. Do you,
Sherlock Holmes.
excuse me. It's black
Yeah.
and chrome.
Well, we're talking about we're not talking about the movie. We're talking about
Why
the
do they
TV
call
shows.
Why do they call it black and white when it's really just gray?
Great. It's dull and drab. But you ever watch those old black and white movies where they
Yeah,
now in color, and then I watch it in color,
yeah.
and I'm like, you know what? I actually like it in black and white.
Yeah. Well, see, I remember. Do you remember the movie
It's too
Babes in Toyland with
yeah, and that was done.
Laurel
Yeah,
and Hardy?
yeah. I always
And
called it what's the other title for it? Babes in Toyland is one way. I used to think it was two movies as a kid because you'd hear two March of the Wooden Soldiers. That's what I was always
yes,
know. I always
that's
knew
it.
it as
March
that.
of the Wooden Soldiers. That's
But
what
it's
it was
also called
yeah.
Babes in Toyland. And I
Yeah,
used to think
yeah,
it was
yeah.
two separate movies as a kid because you'd hear those titles all the time. And
Right.
then
And
then you get older, you're like, oh, it's the same fucking movie. What are
yeah,
we
do
doing
you
here?
remember those like beasts at the end, right? Like with
Yeah, the
the
Boogeyman.
yeah, exactly, dude.
I love that
So
movie, dude.
yeah, dude, me too. So they were saying, like, I remember the first time they were gonna put it in color, like they're like, now in beautiful color, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be weird. And me and my brother were joking about it. We're like, what if they make those boogeymen like pink? Like, how funny would that be?
Dude, that would have been
You know,
great if they were
that would have
pink.
been hilarious because you don't know what color anybody's wearing, and then like Laurel and Hardy come out and like Laurel, the big dude, he's wearing fucking pink. He's wearing like red and pink. I'm like, what the hell is this?
It is weird, like, because like
It
you
is. It's like, just
appreciate
leave it
the
alone.
old movies in the black and white.
Yeah,
Like the
because I
old
mean,
Sherlock Holmes movies, I love them in the black and white. And I watched like one in color, and I had to stop it and go watch the regular one, the original one. I'm like, nah, I don't know, something about it takes away from it.
yeah, I mean, it's like when you look at like Frankenstein's creation in the original movie, it's like everybody just assumed that he was green. I don't think he was. Like he wasn't. I mean, even the bride, like people just think she had black hair with the white
White
strip in it.
stripes. Yeah.
She was actually a redhead. Like the hair was actually
See, that's the wild. That's
red.
the fucking craziest
Yeah.
shit. Like, it really does. It's amazing how much film lies to you in black and white.
Right. But that like it's like finding out. It takes away a lot of the mystery, you know?
No,
It's like that's what makes those old black and white movies so much more enjoyable is because you don't know. It's
you
like
don't
the
know.
creature,
It's
yeah,
taster's choice.
right. The creature from the Black Lagoon, like we all see him as green. We all know he's green, but is he? That one though, I think he really was green, but
I mean, he was
that's
definitely
besides the
marketed as
point.
green.
Right. But point being, they could have made him completely colorless and we would not have known. He could have actually been just gray and white when they
Dude,
when they
he
made the
could have been
costume.
like fucking Easter egg blue, you know? It's
Exactly, dude. And nobody would have been the wiser. It's
he's
like, you know what?
Teletubby yellow.
It's like just tell him he's green. Like,
Yeah.
it's the only color we had left.
He's
You know?
green.
It's like all we have is pink and yellow. What are we gonna do? It's like, all right, it's in black and white anyway. Nobody's gonna know. It's like, yeah, but
Nah,
how are we gonna make toys of this? Like, let's make them green. All right, keep the yellow, a little bit of yellow, and make them green. Good idea.
he's blue, not sad blue, toilet bowl blue. Yeah, man, I freaking like I love the old school movies, dude. Like the black and white really is so apropos for it, and it's like I don't want to see him in color. Like I Love Lucy, didn't want to see it in color. Just want to see it in black and white.
Yeah, dude, I agree. I remember watching like they had like the Christmas special. Like this was, when I was a kid. Another thing that I recorded on VHS, and it was, Ricky, Lucy, Ethel, and Fred, just, in color, and they were, it was all flashbacks from like older episodes, and I think it was like Fred came in dressed as, I think they all came in separately dressed as Santa Claus. And then there was like a fifth person that was actually supposed to be Santa Claus, It was one of those things. It's funny because she's explained to everybody as a redhead in the show. Anyway,
Right.
if you've never,
she's, iconically
so
a
it's
redhead,
not, yeah. So it's not like you needed to see that in color. It's like that they give you that part of her. It's like, okay, she's a redhead. Do you really need to see it in color? No. But at that time, when we were kids watching it, TV was already in color, so we'd already seen like videos of her in color at in the 80s, whatever. So we already knew she was a redhead from that. It's not like you're gonna follow her around with a camera on the street with a black and white camera in the 80s. Just so
tired of this black and chrome.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So
want to see that firehead.
but yeah, I love Lucy. Like, I
I
like,
love all those shows. Yeah,
dude, that show is great.
dude, I
I
love the
Lucy.
show.
Dude, the Three Stooges. Three Stooges were awesome, dude.
Stooges and who was the other duo out there that was
Duo or trio? If you're talking about the Marx Brothers.
no. I didn't mean it like in connection to the Stooges. I just meant
No, I
in my
mean,
head I was thinking about Lauren Hardy, and then there's that other duo.
Oh, Abbott and Costello.
Thank you. Yes, those were classic duos, man. Like all
Yeah,
those.
absolutely. Laurel and Hardy. Yeah, they were another classic duo.
Lauren Hardy, yeah, it was so good. I never
were
got into
great.
the Marx Brothers too much, but
Me neither. I mean, like, it wasn't until like years later, like just finding, like just coming upon it and watching it for a little bit. It's funny shit.
yeah, I
Groucho
just
Marx
never
was
got into
hilarious.
it. Yeah.
Groucho Marx was, you know what? It actually wasn't even the Marx
Is
Brothers.
Groucho the one with the
show.
cigar and
Yeah. He did a game show, but when he would talk to the contestants or whatever, he was just hilarious. Like, he was a funny guy.
Oh, I'm
He was
sure.
like,
yeah.
But the Three Stooges, man, like, I'll be honest, man, up until, Shemp, like after Shemp wasn't as funny,
That name.
because like after
Yeah.
Curly left because of like his health issues or whatever, and they brought in Curly and Moe's other brother, Shemp. Shemp was hilarious too, man. Like, Shemp was a badass, bro. Like, he didn't give a fuck, man. He didn't give a shit.
Dude,
Like,
but
he would stand up
the
and
fact that they
fight.
just beat the fuck out of each other for every
Right,
episode.
but the thing about Shemp was like, if somebody fucks with them, he'll fucking beat the shit out of them, or at
Go
least
right after
try.
them, yeah.
Yeah, because Curly, Moe, and Shemp were all three of them were brothers, like actual brothers. So when Curly left, Curly made like a few like cameo appearances on some of the episodes, but not as Curly. Just like someone in the
just made a different
background.
character,
Yeah, like
Lucy did that all the time. There's many actors that played like 80 different characters throughout the show.
Yeah, but this was like because like he had like legit health issues that he couldn't really do the stuff that he did on the show. I mean, like if you look at him, you see a big guy doing the type of stuff that he did. A lot like Chris Farley. Chris Farley did a lot of physical comedy too.
Oh yeah, he
So
burned
it's
out
like
fast too.
Yeah, but Curly was always my favorite though.
Dude,
Curly was always my
running
favorite.
sideways on the
I mean,
ground
dude.
is
I mean,
always the
can't you
funniest
tell? I
shit.
mean, like that's my style, bro. Like this is why
I would have
shave my
fashioned
head.
you a Larry guy, but
Yeah, no.
just get
Yeah.
that shit.
I just always found him to be the funniest because, obviously my name's Giuseppe, Joe for short. So like at home, they would always call me Joe or Joey. But like even later on, there was a character named Curly Joe. So that's what they would call me
Curly
because my hair was actually curly.
Yes,
And my name is Joe. So it was like Curly Joe, but I like the original Curly,
Curly. Yeah, I remember. God,
You said that like, Hurley, you're a genius.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I stopped
Yeah.
myself. I'm like, Curly. I don't know.
So the reference to that is the old Got Milk commercials.
Oh yeah, for people that don't know, yeah.
So
Go look 'em up.
Nabisco put out this new cookie, two chocolate cookies with cream in the center. They're trying to figure out the name of the cookie. Everybody's eating them, trying them, and they asked this guy, Hurley, what do you think? He's got a mouthful, didn't get to take a sip of milk yet. So he's like, Oreo, Hurley, you're a genius.
But one thing I want to add to that is for people that haven't seen that, I have to emphasize the fact that this guy Hurley was shoving the shit down his throat. Like, everyone else was just kind of, like, examining it, like, and
Yeah,
he was
no,
not
that's
even paying
true.
attention. He was like,
That's true, yeah.
his whole mouth was full. Like, he was a gluttonous fucking pig at a trough, and, like,
Yeah,
that's
that's
when I stopped
fair.
and went to him. It's like, "Really?" And
I
he
was
looks up because he wasn't even paying attention. He was ravenously eating them. He's like, and he's like,
Yeah.
"What do you think?" And he lifts up and he's like, "I don't know." Like, he literally, his mouth was full. He couldn't even
Yeah.
swallow enough to even answer and articulate it, and that's the
I
funniest
know,
part about the commercial.
it's like when the waiter or waitress comes by your table while you're in the middle of eating. "Oh, how's everything?"
Yeah, oh, dude, that's waiter etiquette because I used to have to
Oh my
practice
God.
that when so the one thing I always did, like, they
Oh,
always
so wait,
told you.
hold on a second.
Yeah.
So this is like some behind the scenes shit, like, they make you do that?
It's
They
not that they
say,
make you do
"Ask
it, but when
while they're
you're
eating?"
no, no, no,
It's so they can't ask you for more shit, that's why.
it's not quite that. But that's what it ended up being. So what they always recommended when you took, because when I first started serving, I was serving at Longhorn. So Longhorn is a conglomerate, so, like, there's rigidity, there's, like, rules, they said when you're training, there's, like, this, this whole, like, "We're making a difference," it's like you're fucking serving people food, like, it's
Yeah.
not that big of a deal.
Our steak isn't as processed.
But when we do it, because, like, especially for lunch was about turn and burn,
Yeah.
so, like,
We're
they wanted the one bite check down thing. So what is, you hand the food, go, you leave, come back and check on them going, "How is it?" And then as soon as they say, "Good," or whatever, you immediately put the check goes, "Whenever you're done," because they wanted that whole premise. They wanted the people to, to
Yeah.
hurry so they can get up and someone else can sit there.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
as if
of
there's
course.
8,000 people waiting in line out there,
Oh, of course, yeah. But, because the thing is, it's like, they'll serve you your food, they'll come back and ask you how everything is, and then they won't return until you ask for the check.
Right. So
And then you gotta, like,
but
flag
that's what
them
happens
down.
now. See, like, back
Yeah.
when I was serving in Florida, like, we were all very attentive. Like, it wasn't until, like, years after serving and then coming up to New York, realizing how much people suck at customer service.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, dude.
you'll
You
you'll wait for, like, an hour at your table. I'm like, and, for us, we're like, dude, I couldn't even, but it was so hard to fathom because I'm like, I would never leave at my table for, like, fucking 20 minutes and not come back. It's like, who
Right,
does
yeah.
that shit? Like,
Dude, that pisses me off, man.
yeah, like, I don't know, like,
I
and
don't know how.
I'm not even praising Longhorn, like, but it's amazing how just a simple, like, institution of, like, so, like, etiquette, like, things to do is completely abandoned elsewhere. Like, it's like, why is that the pillar of, like, good serving? Like, New
Well,
York is like it's almost like you're bothering them. Like, it's like, "Oh, what
yes,
do you want?"
exactly,
Like, "Oh,
yeah,
you're sitting here now?" It's like,
yeah.
"But isn't that your fucking job?" Like,
I know, and a lot of people like to put it to the whole waiters, waitresses, they don't get paid like that living wage. They don't get paid
no, the
even
pay goes to taxes.
right, but yeah, they make their money on tips.
The money
But
is tips. Yeah.
yeah, but in order to get a good tip, you gotta be a good server.
Right.
You know what I mean? And dude, listen, I'm not a fucking when it comes to tipping, I'm not a fucking cheap bastard. I'll tip. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, even if I'll be honest with you, when I pay my bill, if I pay my bill on credit, I'll hand them a tip in cash
Right.
because I'd rather it go right in their pocket than,
Yeah.
have whatever fees need to be taken out of it with a fucking credit card, have to deal with all that shit afterwards. Like, okay, well, you got $10 from this guy on your credit card. I don't know how that works. I know how cash works. You know what I mean? I know that cash goes right into your pocket. And I know servers have to share with the
Tip out.
bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah. They share that out.
Tip at the
But
back of the house.
at the same time, if the waiter was cool to me and not cool to the rest of the staff, I don't know about that. If I give them like a $20, $30 tip and they only feel like giving 10 to everybody else and keeping a 20 for themselves, that's up to them. They're the face that I saw. They're the people who brought me my food and was cool with me. So they're the ones who are going to get the tip. If they pocket the whole thing, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Well,
Because
yeah, it's not your problem to deal with.
exactly, because this is the face that I saw. This is the person that brought me my food.
No, understandably.
Nothing against bartenders, nothing against, bus boys, whatever. Absolutely not. Because you know what I mean? I don't hate on anybody like that. I'm not saying fuck them. They don't deserve tips at all. I'm not saying that. But it's up to the server to tell you the truth on what they made that night and to share as much as they want. I gave it to the server because they were cool to me. So whatever they want to do with that money, that's on them.
Well, so just to reiterate that, when you serve, especially like at Longhorn, it's a corporate chain. So you do get paid per hour, but 95% of that pay just goes to your taxes.
Right.
Like, so
Yeah.
just cover those. So every 2 weeks you get
Just like
like
every other
maybe
job.
$50. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like with every other job though, your pay is your pay, what you get paid by hour. Like with serving, it's understood that your pay is your tips. Like that's the bulk of it. Like
Yeah, yeah, of
your
course.
hourly you're getting, you're not seeing any of that. Like you're
Right, and
seeing. So when you tip, you have to tip to the bar and you have to tip to the back of the house, which is the kitchen.
right. Well, again, that's why I generally tip extra
Yeah.
because, again, it's up to the server how much they
Yeah.
wanna share with them if I'm giving them cash, and one of the reasons that I do give cash is because it's cash. There's no proof that I even gave you that tip.
The
So
bartenders get the best of both worlds, though. They really get at both ends because they
well,
work the
because
bar, they're making
yeah,
drinks,
because
so they get their tables and they get the
right.
bar, and then they
Yeah,
just make drinks for other orders, and then they get like, like
yeah,
10%, whatever it is of that. So they really raking in every night. So
yeah, of course.
that's why it's always hard to become the bartender at a place because you got to work your way into it because
Yeah,
it is tough.
totally get that, but
Only room for one at the top of that pyramid.
but yeah, like I said, man, it's do whatever you will. That's why I like to give cash. I could give you 20, you could claim 10. You know what I mean? It's up to you,
Right,
you
but
know?
like, but the point I want to agree with is, and it was always my understanding, the best service I give. If I give you the best service I can, you're going to give me the best tip you can. So it behooves you to be attentive and actually give the people what they want. Which is why it always blows me away. You come to New York and it's like those people could not give a flying fuck. It's like
I
literally, if
know.
you can get them at your table twice, you're lucky. And with us, and going back to the rule with the whole one bite thing, is they always wanted you to drop the plates and then come back like 30 seconds later. And I always hated that because like they're in the middle of eating. There's nothing worse than when you have to, how's everything? It's like, it's the worst. It's like, let them chew it first. I used to wait a little bit, like wait like a minute,
Yeah,
just give them time.
of
So
course.
and then and look at the table and see that they're okay. They're not in the middle of chewing, like like maybe he's grabbing for his drink. Then I'll come over there. They can talk. It's convenient for them. I
Yeah,
hated the whole rushing thing. I wasn't. I was like, listen,
yeah.
they're
I
here to
mean,
eat. I want them to eat, enjoy it, and that's it. You
dude,
know,
not to even like put it this way, but I mean, fair is fair, truth is truth. You go to a higher end restaurant, they are a lot more attentive because they know you're spending a lot of money and
well,
you're
it's
gonna
it's very
give.
stuffy. Those places, it's all about the money at that point. So
Oh
they're going to
yeah,
be very
yeah,
attentive.
exactly.
Well,
I mean,
we're
dude,
talking about
even
for
if
those watching. We're talking about your average fucking restaurant, like where
right,
like the person's barely fucking there.
right. But if you go to a steakhouse or like a fancy Italian
That's a different.
restaurant,
That's a
whatever it
different
is.
setup,
Yeah,
though.
it's a different setup, but they are more attentive because they want you to enjoy yourselves. They want you to come back. They want you to tell all your friends. You go to a place like TGI Fridays, they're not gonna fucking give a shit about you
Dude, those places now
because you're
have
gonna
like the
buy.
fucking computer on they have you just pay and order now on the
Yeah,
table.
exactly, man. It's like I rarely go to those places anymore. They used to be fun to go to, whatever, just for like a quick, cheap meal. But that's the thing. It's like the people who work there, it's like they know the reason that people are eating there is because they just want a cheap meal. They don't want to spend too much money. And in not spending too much money on their meal, they're not going to give a good tip. There's no reason to. Because if I'm spending $20, if you and I are sitting at TGI Fridays, let's say my meal's $20, your meal's $20, how much of a tip are you going to get from that? Maybe $10, maybe another $20 if we want to be if we want to be generous to TGI Fridays.
Frankenfood bullshit. Dude,
Exactly, dude.
like those places, like especially like Applebee's, like they don't even have a kitchen. It's just a microwave. Like this, everything's
Yeah.
just literally
Mhm.
frozen, like boxed, and it's just like it's a facsimile of food. It's made out of a Play-Doh factory, and
Oh,
it's
yeah, and they
just
use yeah, and it's like you want
it's
steak,
just
but
chicken
it's
wings.
yeah, they use that steak glue to give you
Yeah,
that steak, you know what I mean? It's all like different parts of steaks, like leftover steak bits glued
yeah,
together.
super glued and epoxy
Yeah.
together,
Yeah,
reconstituted.
whatever they call that meat glue. I mean, like, I know the simple name for it is meat glue. It's
Yeah,
just an edible yeah, it's just an edible glue that
that's what
they
they call
use
me
to
in the
put
streets.
meat
Meat
parts
glue,
together and fucking eat. Manja. Manja el meat glue.
manja. Yeah, man, I don't fucking dude. We went to Applebee's in PA a couple times, and I went there. I got like popcorn. I got like the stuff I got. I knew I was getting like microwave shit, and I was ordering it for that purpose. Like I knew, like that's why it's like I don't eat meat, so that's fortunately I don't have to deal with like the meat glue steaks. But just get like popcorn, shrimp, and fries. It's hard to fuck that up.
Yeah. Mhm.
Just give me popcorn, shrimp, and fries. And yeah, I mean it's coming out of like literally freezer, deep fryer, plate.
Yeah.
Boom. Like, nobody's sweating, cooking. They're just all like, "Okay, what do we got now? Okay, steak, microwave plate.
Yeah. It's gross. It's fucking gross.
It's not even real food. It's a
Yeah, I mean,
travesty.
dude, I used to like going to those places because it was just like quick bite to eat before going to a movie.
It's definitely
You know what I
quick
mean?
bite to eat.
Yeah,
It'll
but
stay with you.
But then it's like they now they got you waiting fucking steakhouse time for your food.
Yeah, because
I
people still
remember
go there. It's like
Yeah.
people. There's no account for taste in the public. Like there are a lot of people that have discernible palates, but there's also a ton of people that are the sardines in SpongeBob. They're just the average person. They're just going to go there. They don't care. They're going to sit there and eat the steak and complain that it's tough. It's like you're at
Dude.
Applebee's, bro. Like
It's crazy. Like the other night, I was just kind of in the mood for I just wanted a shitty McDonald's burger and some McDonald's fries.
Well, you definitely you get one
Well,
at
listen, no,
McDonald's.
exactly, dude. It was just like it was what I was in the mood
Like
for.
Michael Douglas is falling down. You see that shit? See what is this? What is
It was just what I was in the mood for. So I drive over to McDonald's and I see the line for like the drive-through. Like there's a lot of
10
cars waiting to go
lined
through
up.
the drive-through. Yeah. So I'm like, fuck this, because like I don't like doing the drive-through. I would rather
Were
park.
you over here? We got like the new McDonald's.
No. This is by me. So I don't like to do the drive-through. I only do the drive-through if it's like late and the inside's not open. Normally, what I'll do is I'll park my car, go inside, order, grab my food, walk out, and drive away.
Yeah.
So
I hate drive-through, dude. I would always avoid drive-through, no matter what.
exactly.
Even when I had a car.
There was a woman on the road in front of me who felt the same way. We both drove around the line of cars, parked our cars, go to walk in. The inside was closed. All that was available
drive-through.
all that was available was drive-through. And dude, this is like the dumbest drive-through that I've ever seen.
Dude,
and
when
it's
are they
also
not dumb? Like
no. Let me explain to you what I mean. I don't mean the people. I mean the
like
design.
the construct of it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean I did this drive-through once, and I will never. Yeah, once, and I will never do it again. Because, like I said, first of all, I'd rather not do a drive-through. I'd rather go in, wait on a line, order whatever, even if I have to order through a kiosk or whatever. So, if you go to the drive-through, okay, you go through the drive-through, you place your order, and when you get to the window to pay, you either got to get out of your car, walk over to the window, or lean over the passenger seat to pay.
You have to do the opposite side?
Because the window is on the right, not on the left.
Why did they set it up?
Exactly. Why would they do that? I have no idea. That's another reason, because this is the closest McDonald's to me.
That means you have to pick up somebody and just have them like, listen, I gotta go to McDonald's. You just want to sit in the passenger seat. I'll just hand you the money. I'll buy you a burger.
Yeah.
I don't want to get out of the car.
Or get out of your car.
Or going backwards. Can you do reverse?
Yeah, exactly. Like that would make more sense. But it's like then you have to U-turn to drive out because the arrows only point that way. So it's like,
which way do you go?
When I first saw that, I was like, no. I'm like, this isn't real. Like, this can't be real. How is it that you're going to have...
Is this real life?
Yeah, how am I going to order on the left and then I get in and I pay on the right? Who designed this? How about you, change the direction of where the traffic comes in so everybody could pay on the left? It's like, even if I have to order at the pickup window, it's like, why not?
It's
like, all right, everybody drive in backwards. It's like...
What was...
it should be like, listen... I ordered. I'm ready to pay. You want my money? You fucking come out and get it. Come on.
Come out in your little
rollerblades. How are you going to
rollerblades.
set this shit up like this where I got to lean over my car? I mean, listen, luckily I have long arms.
Man. Have them rollerblade out.
Dude, luckily I have long arms. I have giant orangutan arms and I can
what, you got Mr. Fantastic arms?
Yeah, dude, I don't even have to lean over. Be like, here's the $10.
I'm Rubber Man.
Give me my change. Hand it over. It was just such a dumb...
Go, gadget hand.
Yeah. Just such a dumb design. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that?
Wasn't it the Sonic in out
But the thing is, people still go to it. People still buy it. People still go through that drive-through.
Because
there's
want
nothing wrong with it.
Dead fucking baby and horse meat. They need it.
They do.
It's all chemical reaction. And the funny part is, I talked about this the other day. I was walking past McDonald's, and I remember smelling the fries. I'm like, I remember when the fries smelled good. I don't eat McDonald's anymore, but it's like the fries. I just don't.
It was enticing. You walk by and be like, now I want fries.
It's like I'm not gonna get it, but man, that does smell good. It doesn't smell good anymore. It smells like shitty fries.
Well, it's also like walking past a White Castle or even a Burger King.
Like White
'Cause
Castle used to smell really good. Like you'd walk
Right.
past, you're like, wow, belly
You smell the
bottomless.
onion
You can
rings,
smell
yeah,
it,
but
yeah.
you'd smell the onion rings more than anything. Same thing with Burger King. You smell the
Or
onion
the
rings more
onions,
than
like
anything.
because the
Yeah.
onions are cooking on the flat grill.
Well, yeah, because they did both. They had onion rings and they had, the onions
That's what
that
I
they would
always
cook.
loved, like, because they would have the burgers on one side, and you see all the onions on it, and
Yeah.
frying it up, and you're like, "Man, you could smell that," and it's so aromatic, and it's
Every
like
now and then,
yeah.
I haven't had White Castle in a while, like a long while,
I stopped
you
getting
know?
this they stopped making the veggie burgers.
I mean,
They used to make them.
I can't
Well,
yeah. No, I
it's
know
a
they did, I
substitute, you
know.
know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
the
no,
fish
I get it.
sandwich for me, but
Listen, I don't dude, I don't judge on that because, like, I've had veggie burgers before. I like them, you
yeah,
know?
but we're talking about these little square I mean, you could easily make like, you could work a deal with, like, Impossible or Beyond and make one of those little baby it's like a little baby square with holes taken out, so it's even less meat,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
cooks faster. Like, I love when they did that. Remember back in the day when they marketed that? I'm like, "Look,
Yeah,
so it cooks faster." But yeah, but you also get less. Like, we're getting
yeah.
like a third of the burger now is gone. Like,
Yeah, but
'cause
those
you put
burgers used to be
fucking
like
5
30
holes.
cents, you know what I
I
mean?
know. Now they're like $5.30 for like a fucking
Yeah.
burger. Dude, like
Those
literally a
little
meal
burgers
is like
are
two
dude,
burgers and a fries and a drink. It's like $7. Like
I know, and
2
that makes no
burgers. I'm like,
fucking sense, dude. I
it's
will say
safe.
this, though.
What?
One of the greatest things that White Castle makes, aside from the chicken rings, aside from the most
Chicken rings
vulgar
were the best, in my opinion, back
aside
when I
from
ate
the
meat.
most vulgar display of processed meat, the chicken ring, is the surf and turf. Surf and turf is one of the best creations, and I think everybody should do that, like, McDonald's should have their own surf and turf, burger and fish sandwich with
Yeah.
cheese.
I mean, I'm sure you can go
Fantastic.
in there and be like, "Hey, could you just throw this together?"
They'll
It
probably
would
be like,
confuse the fuck out of
"No."
them. They would
They'll be
confuse the
like,
fuck out of them.
"No, we can't do that." It's like you're gonna have to buy 2 different burgers at $7 a fucking piece and piece it together yourself. But it's like, in order for the burger to match the size of the fish, you'd have to get the quarter pounder, so it's like $7 per
Oh,
burger,
man, dude, you just remind me.
$14 for a quarter pounder fish sandwich.
So for those watching, back in the day, when we used to eat McDonald's, when nobody knew better, you would get a number 1 Big Mac meal. That was like, what, $6? So you get like a supersized, large, supersized
Hold on.
fries.
Are you talking about, like, way back in the day?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, when we'd go, like, after school and
Yeah.
shit? Dude, that shit was like I think
Wasn't it
that
like
was like
$5.99?
$3.49, dude. Because I
I
remember the 2 cheeseburger meal with fries.
I'm talking about the Big Mac meal.
Yeah, but the 2 cheeseburger meal was $3. It was $2.99 with tax was
Yeah, but the Big
$3.24.
Mac's always more
And
money.
yeah, but it wasn't that much more. It wasn't
Yeah,
like
but I mean,
$2
you'd spend
more.
alright, so remember when we used to get it, right? You get the deal, and then for an extra dollar, you get a full extra Big Mac.
Yes, I remember when they would do that,
They
yeah.
did the it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
like a constant thing. It was like one of those little
Right,
specials they would have.
but that's when it would that's what would make it like
But
5
it'd be
and
like
change.
$6. You have 2 Big Macs, a full
Yeah.
fries, and drink.
Yeah.
And then if you really ball it out, you get like a 6-piece nugget, to go with it.
Mm.
And you literally would not be able to stay awake after that meal.
Yeah, and you try to play it off like
It was like Thanksgiving. You would literally get knocked the fuck out.
yeah, you
after it.
would try to play it off like you were buying the Big Mac for somebody else, but then it's like, no, this is for
Oh,
me.
they knew though. Like they're
But
like,
you
yeah,
you
sure,
got yeah.
sure. Here you
And
go.
it's like you got the chicken
Wink, wink.
nuggets. You got the chicken nuggets just so you could put the sweet and sour sauce on your Big Mac. So,
Dude, the sweet and sour sauce was the best.
dude, the sweet and sour sauce is the best, and it's like this McDonald's that I was telling you about. That has the that has the drive-through window on the wrong side. They actually have them in pumps, like the barbecue
You just
sauce.
grab the
The
whole
sweet and sour.
bottle.
I don't know why. Like they're so possessive of that sauce, man. Like it's like
I
it's
know
like
it's not like it's like their own creation.
yeah, it's like you
It's not
get
like a
a six.
proprietary blend. It's just a fucking sweet and sour sauce.
Yeah, they'll tell you 6-piece gets you 1, 10-piece gets you 2, 20-piece gets you maybe 4. No more than that, or you got to pay.
dude. But they
You
treat
want
that
5?
dude. It's under
You
lock
gotta
and
pay.
key, like it is like the halal is with the hot sauce. Like they'll give you. You can
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
like an industrial like barrel of the white sauce. Like they don't give a fuck. They want it. Like they will literally pour the entire bottle on your meal. I go, can I just have hot sauce? I'm like, can I have
Yeah,
more than
I
that?
don't
And
get
they
it.
look at you like you're crazy. I'm like
Oh well, dude, it's like when you
a
go.
dollop. I'm like, put the hot sauce like you do with the white sauce. Put that much
Well,
on.
dude, it's the same thing if you go for Chinese food with their napkins. Like you get this whole like greasy plate of food, and they give you like 2 napkins that are like the thinnest fucking napkins that
It's
you've
those
ever
little
seen.
fold, like those bifold ones, like the
Yeah,
you
exactly,
rip them out of the thing, you're like,
exactly.
yeah.
like one ply, and it's
Dude,
like
you can't even blow your nose with those things. Like you
exactly. It's like
sneeze through them, they would just disintegrate.
you need a whole box of them just to blow your nose through them. But yeah, I don't get like the whole like gatekeeping on fucking napkins, sweet and sour sauce, and
Sweet and sour
fucking
sauce is meant for everyone.
yeah, dude.
Give
It's
it
like even
up.
Taco Bell has like a new sauce that you got to pay for.
Which sauce is that?
I forgot the name of it. It's like in a green packet. It comes with the Cantina chicken taco or whatever it is.
Oh.
Yeah, so it comes with it's like I think it's like some kind of like avocado sauce or whatever. You get
Oh, so
one
you know it's gonna be like
exactly. It's the same thing like with McDonald's. It's like you get one with the actual taco, but if you want more, you gotta pay.
dude, I only imagine that when you order one, they, like, make a hand signal, and then someone comes in, they go into this room, they open up this attaché case, and they go and they pop it open, and there's, like, one sitting on a cryogenically frozen, and they go, "Here we go, here's the one." And then they hand it out, and then they close the case back up, and they put it in, like, a safe. It's like, "You
It's
want
all you
another
get.
one? Oh, no, you're gonna have to pay for that one."
You're gonna have to pay. See, I don't get like I don't understand paying for condiments, you know? It's like you ask for ketchup. That's another thing too, ketchup, they give you like 2. It's like, "Can I get like 2 more, please?" Like, what the
Yeah.
hell's going on? At
Dude,
least
each
at Taco
packet is
Bell
for 1 fry. Let's be real.
yeah, at least at Taco Bell, you can grab as much as you want. Dude, I got a bag filled with fire sauce and some Diablo sauce, but
Diablo's the best one.
it's fire for me. Like, I actually did get Taco Bell because of McDonald's was closed. I was like, "You know what? Taco Bell it
Speaking
is."
of it, yeah.
I was like,
Toxic hell
"Taco
we're
Bell it
going
is."
to.
Yeah. So, in the bag that I had with all my hot sauces in it, I just grabbed one out because I thought there was all fire in there. I forgot that I put Diablo in there. I grabbed one, put Diablo, and I'm like, "Oh, no."
Did I get
I
you?
like Diablo, it's just I don't like it as much as fire.
I love the flavor of Diablo, I give him that.
Eh,
It is good.
it's aight.
I have,
I
like,
like the
about
flavor of fire
30
better.
bags in my kitchen like, the drawer, like, the little junk drawer. Like,
Yeah, that's kinda
I
what
always
my
throw the extra ones in there. I'm like,
yeah, of course.
"You never know when you need it."
Put it in the Frigidaire.
Did you ever see, like, those old school fridges? Like, the old ones, like, this is they don't make them like this anymore.
Yeah, like
I was
the
just watching a video of one, like, it was, like, the whole they opened it up, and it was, like it actually, like, the construction of it looks like a bank safe. Like, it looks like it could last 8 nuclear
oh,
winters.
yeah, if you put that shit on wheels, man, you can fucking blast through anything, man.
Dude,
Like,
you can
anything
sit
hits
in it,
you.
and it would I think it would
Yeah.
block radiation. I think it would.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. They say you gotta sit in one of those things in order to, like, survive a nuclear blast, man.
Yeah, but now we do not only do the new refrigerators can't like, now not only are they incapable of doing that, but they give off more radiation because of electronics in it.
Well, yeah, there's that, and it's like they
Fry
die out
you.
sooner too.
Well, I mean,
Like
because we're all
electronic see, it's like when they say they don't make them like they used to, that's by design.
of
Like,
course.
they don't want you to have a fucking refrigerator that's gonna
Yeah,
last
because that
fucking
agenda
30
wasn't in
years.
full swing in the '30s.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
things were still generally built to last. It wasn't until they realized, "Oh, we could make shitty products and have people buy them every year."
Exactly, dude, and that's how it is. That's
Same
how
thing with
it
the
be.
roads, man. Like, why watch these fucking morons tar the road up, and I'm like, "Oh, look at this slop jalop job." Like, they won't even this won't even
Yeah.
last the spring, let alone next
No,
winter.
yeah.
It's like,
Can't tell you how
they're not
many
even
times
trying.
I've seen, like, a road like, not repaved, but, like,
Yeah, but dude, in the ni like,
refilled.
I remember, like, in the '90s, they used to, like they gave the illusion like they cared. Like, remember when, like, a road would get redone? It would look nice for, like, a good year or so.
Yeah.
Now it looks
Mhm.
like shit the moment it's laid dude, the moment it's laid down, it's already shitty. Like, there's already leaves and stuff stuck on it, and it's sloppy on the sides. Like, you can tell they didn't even
Yeah.
try to level it out, like, and then around the manhole covers are barely done. They always like, it's like they don't even try.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like
they
they
got the biggest morons to just pour it on the fucking ground and then slop it around.
yeah, and then just pat it with a shovel instead of, like, putting
Pat
that
him with a
little, like
shovel, throw a Taco
that
Bell
little
napkin on it, and there you go. You're done.
yeah, instead of going over it with, like, the steamroller or whatever, you know?
They barely steamroll it, man. Like, dude, that shit is the
Yeah,
wo
they go like, they bring out they bring out that little steamroller that's smaller than a fucking it's, like, smaller than a golf cart. It's, like, a third the size of a fucking golf cart,
Yeah.
you know? It's not
I
like
wouldn't be
those big ones
surprised.
it's not like those big ones that you see in the cartoons, like, those it's like those don't exist. It's like, no. It's like
Yeah, like those giant Zamboni machines, like those
yeah,
fucking you
exactly,
roll
like
them out
those
and
big ones, yeah.
there's like the person, like, on it as it's rolling around.
Exactly, and
It's
it's like
flat, yeah.
it's like you used to think those existed, like, with quicksand, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
quicksand like, you know, it's like that whole thing, it's like, you know, when I was a kid, I thought quicksand was, like, an actual hazard. Like, I thought it's like at any moment I could step into sand and just start sinking.
And I was also the impression too from movies that when you're in quicksand, you have seconds. Like, you always
Yeah,
get that impression that you go "Stoop," and right down and you're done. And because like in movies, you know, they always like they're, and they're slowly, but at the same time,
yeah,
they're going in at an extremely expedited
yeah,
rate.
yeah.
It's
Just
bizarre.
gotta grab onto something before you fall
But
in.
not so quicksand.
We all saw, the Princess Bride, you know what I mean? You know, when he jumped in, what was he was holding onto a vine, jumps in, grabs
Yeah.
the princess, and they're both out. Game over, game on, let's rock.
Game over, man. Game over.
My name is
Fuck,
Inigo
man.
Montoya. You killed my father, but it bad to die.
God, isn't his name like Mandy or something like that?
Yeah, Mandy Patinkin.
God, a name is Mandy. That's a rough name to grow up with, man.
Dude's a great actor, though. I mean,
I'm not questioning about it. I'm just saying that's because I remember like when you hear a guy's name and it's like pretty much like a female name. It's like must have been rough growing up,
yeah, I like, yeah, I don't get some of those,
like
like, when I
Francis.
remember.
You know what I mean, or something like
Well,
that.
yeah,
It's,
dude, I remember the first time I heard a dude's name was Kelly. I'm like, and I think that was Bad News Bears, right?
I don't remember. Maybe, yeah.
Wasn't like the badass's name Kelly? And I'm like, come on. No one believes you're a badass with that name, dude.
Wasn't
And
that
maybe
Clerks
that's why you're a
too?
badass, like a boy named Sue, you know? Like the
Isn't that?
story of a boy named Sue.
Oh yeah, Cash,
Yeah.
the boy named Sue.
And if I ever have a son, I'm gonna name George or Bill or any damn thing
Yeah,
but Sue.
that was.
It's like I knew you had to be tough, so I named you girls' names. So when people started fucking with you, you'd kick their ass. And that's exactly what happened. That was written by Shel Silverstein, guy who wrote The Giving Tree, which was my favorite childhood book. I love that book.
Not even for. I mean, I know of the book, but I don't think I've even read it as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's funny because like I love that book, but when you look at the back cover and you see the guy who wrote it, you see what Shel Silverstein looks like. He is fucking horrifying. Like, he scared the shit out of me as a kid. I'm like,
Is
how
he
did this
really?
guy yeah. I'm like, how did this guy write this fucking this
To lure
masterpiece?
children in?
Yeah.
Holy shit! You're not kidding, dude. Dude, he looks like Mr. Clean and a demon had a fucking baby.
Right? You know what I mean? Like,
This guy is
yeah.
dude, he looks like Sid Haig and, like, fucking I can't even dude, I'm blown aw he is the creepiest looking dude.
Yeah, dude.
And he had
And
those,
that
like, he had that late 2000s bald head with the fucking beard look going,
yeah, and that
and
that
that
came
giant monobrow it looked like.
yeah, and that came out years ago.
Oh
Like,
my
I was a little kid
god.
when I read that, so he was rocking that dude
Dude,
before that
what?
dude was fucking cool.
There's a picture of him and crouching on the outside, he's, like, leaning forward like a zombie, and he's wearing sandals. That is even
Yeah.
scarier.
Well, see, like, that's the funny thing because, like, on the back of
Holy
The Giving Tree,
shit.
it's just a close up of his face. So all you see is that giant mug,
Dude,
like,
he
just
is
kinda
like
scaring the hell out of you.
Nosferatu and fucking Sid Haig's fucking love child in Abu
Yeah,
Dhabi.
yeah. Dude, were you ever a Johnny Cash fan?
No,
Not at all.
I don't get me wrong, I liked him, but, once again, it's like many artists where it's like, "They're cool," but I've never endeavored, like, in listen to anything he had to say or, like, you know, or music. I remember when that Joaquin Phoenix movie came out, I was like, watched the movie and dug the movie for what it was, and then, of course, listened to a little bit of Johnny Cash. Loved him, you know, him covering Nine Inch Nails, you know, stuff like that, but never really it's just not my it's not my cup of tea, man. Like, it's never been.
I got you. I mean, for me, like, I knew his songs and I liked some of his music, but after the movie came out is when I really
Yeah, delve right
dove
in,
into
yeah.
his
Like most people,
catalog.
dude, the tons of
Yeah.
people watched that movie and was
Well,
like, "Okay."
yeah, I mean, sometimes that's what it takes. So, you know, it's like because you learn a little bit about the life of the guy who wrote these songs, and it gets you interested. It's like, you know, you find out where some of the songs came from, like Folsom Prison, you know, songs like that, and Cry, Cry, Cry. And it's like, you know, so after that movie, after seeing that movie, I decided to, you know, again at the time, you know, MP3s weren't a thing yet, you know, streaming music wasn't a thing. So I bought his best of CD. I fell in love with it. I thought it was great music and I became a fan. So
Yeah.
I'd start buying more of his stuff. Like, you know, even Johnny Cash came out with stuff on like Record Store Day. And he came out with like, they came out with like the deluxe version of Johnny Cash Live in Folsom Prison. And dude, that album's great because it's all live and it's him like, you know, even when he's singing Long Black Veil. You know, it's a song about it's a song about and it wasn't even his song either. It was a cover, but like it was a very slow, very dark song about how he was arrested for killing a guy, but he wasn't the guy who killed him. He just looked like the guy, but he didn't admit that it wasn't him because when the murder happened, he was banging his best friend's wife.
Oh,
So
so
he
it's
didn't want to
probably
admit
easier
it.
to just pretend like
He's like, yeah, yeah, I did it. You know,
as long as
I
my wife
spoke
doesn't know I
not a
fucked
word.
someone else. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as my buddy doesn't know I fucked his wife.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like I
right. Yeah. That's what.
spoke not a word, though it cost my life. I'd been in the arms of my best friend's wife. Yeah, that was it, man. I love that song, and I love his version of it. And even I think it's called 5 Minutes to Go or 25 Minutes to Go, where it's basically like him counting down to his execution. With 1 minute to go, and now I'm swinging and away I go. Oh, oh.
Yeah, man. I never got that.
No, well, dude, I mean,
Remotely that
granted,
deep into
it
Johnny.
was the movie that really brought about a love for his
I mean,
music
but
because
that's
it's
what movies
really
do,
good
though.
shit.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
look
I
at
mean,
Michael
dude,
Jackson, right? You just saw that, and now it's the biggest docu movie, so you know it's going to drive in a
oh, dude, I
billion
mean,
more new fans, like all the
dude,
young
it's
people that don't know him.
and I'm not mad about it. I like he's one
Why
he's
would you
the
be? You're a
yeah,
Michael Jackson fan.
I'm a Michael Jackson fan, absolutely. I mean, dude, this is like Michael Mania all over again. Like the shit that happened in the like when he
I
came
know,
out
but
with
this
Off
is
the
the
Wall.
new version, dude. Like we grew
Yeah,
up with Michael Mania. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's like,
that's what
but
I'm saying.
he's been dead for like when did he die? When was
2009.
yeah? So think about it. Think of how many people that are born that are on this world that are young adults that were not around for Michael Jackson.
Honestly,
So
it
now
doesn't.
we're watching we're watching that cycle.
Yeah, I
Replay.
mean, dude, it's like Michael Jackson. This is how I put it for years. Like even before he died, it's like Michael Jackson's one of those artists that you're basically born knowing
Well, his household
because
name.
yeah, exactly.
He's
He's
one
a
of the artists
household
that
name.
reaches that status of being a
Yeah.
household name,
I mean, dude,
a
you look
worldwide
at
brand.
yeah, you exactly worldwide. It's like we were talking about the like the type of audience that Michael Jackson would be able to pull in. Okay, so you look at
Everyone.
yeah, and I think we spoke about this on the last
I think the
episode.
last episode
where,
we talked about how I mentioned like how African tribes dances
oh
thriller
yeah,
dance. Like we're talking about
absolutely,
people that without even TVs are literally
yeah.
like
So on top of that, it's like you had that Monsters of Rock show, Metallica, AC/DC, Pantera, and Black Crows, and they had like 1 million people, and this was in Russia, and it's like 4 bands did that, but one Michael Jackson could do that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like right now, he's not even here. And
Yeah.
people are this whole Michael mania is happening because of a movie. And to me, like I said, because I'm a fan, it's a beautiful thing. See, he's like my nephew last week, he's like, he gives me like because today is his birthday. Yesterday was the birthday party, but last week when I saw him, I went to my goddaughter's, his sister's volleyball game, and they're like, "Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go see the Michael movie. Do you want to come?" I'm like, yeah, I want
Yeah.
to come. Hell yeah, I want to come.
I want to come before I want to come to this birthday party.
Exactly. And he's like, my nephew gives me like the list of some of the stuff that he wants for his birthday. And I was like, does that say a Michael Jackson Funko Pop? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, really?
Yeah. I
I'm
know
like,
your gears are
you got
grinding.
it, kid.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, all right, I'm
I
getting him
need
a Funko
10. I gotta
Pop.
buy
And it's like
5 for me. 2.
exactly. Yeah. Well, that I didn't get any for myself yet.
No,
Yet.
you didn't. All right.
But so I was like, so you like Michael Jackson, right? Huh? And he's like, yeah, I really like the one where he's wearing the white suit. I'm like, Smooth Criminal. He's like, yeah, that's it. I'm like, okay. So
the sycophant comes out. Oh yeah, that one I already have.
Yeah, dude, of course. So I got him Bad on vinyl and on CD. So it's like
vinyls?
well, because they have record players. They have one in their living room.
I'm sure they have record players, but does he actually use them?
He doesn't. He doesn't have his own
does
record
his
player
mom just
yet.
put it on? Oh.
But yeah, exactly. So it's like that. I was like, okay. So I got him the record to listen to, like in the living room, and he's got a little CD player in his room that he actually uses. This is a 9-year-old
So he
kid.
independently uses the CD player.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get him. So I got him the Bad CD and the Bad vinyl. I didn't get him like the special edition one with all the extra shit with all the
Start him off small.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to start him off with the
Start
first
'em off
Michael
right.
Jackson,
Yeah.
first Michael Jackson record
That
I ever
you
owned.
got. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like it's symbolic in a sense. And
Passing of the
also,
torch.
of course, and I had to explain to him, see, I got you the CD so you can listen to in your room. I got you the record so you can listen to in the living room. But on the CD, you see that? That's an extra song. That's only on the CD. It wasn't on the record until they came out with the 25th anniversary edition, which I have, but you can't have yet. So
Not yet. You have to earn it
not
first.
yet. But dude, fuck, dude, man. Like it I didn't need a resurgence to like rebuild my
Oh no, you have an
Michael
unbound
Jackson
inferno
record.
for Michael
Oh yeah,
Jackson.
dude.
It's,
Like dude, because like I bought like a bunch of his records like years ago. You know, like I'm talking about like maybe 10, 11 years ago when I first started collecting vinyl again. Dude, I already have the bad record, but I think it's still at my parents' house, the original one that I own, like the first, like from the first pressings, you know? So I have that at my parents' house. I just got to find it. But I bought the 25th anniversary. I bought Off the Wall, but I also bought Off the Wall on picture disc. So I have two versions of that. Same thing with Thriller. You know, I got the 25th anniversary of Thriller and the picture disc, you know. Dangerous, I think I have the picture disc also. So it's a bunch of shit. And I just ordered Michael Jackson's #1 singles on vinyl. I want to get the movie soundtrack. I'm just trying to figure out what color I want it in. And
all of them. He's gonna get all of them. Trust
yeah.
me.
Well, dude, I mean, because it's like, okay, if you go to the Michael Jackson
He's
website,
asking which one he wants to start with. That's what he's saying.
exactly. It's like you go to the Michael Jackson website, they have it in red, and they
Just
have
make that
you know,
abundantly clear.
they have the regular black vinyl. You go on Amazon. Amazon has their own, which is clear vinyl, and they have the black one. But then you got the Jackson 5 records, which is, you know, you get it on Amazon. It's the black records, but you get it from the website. It's like one blue and one purple. I'm like, oh man, that looks so cool because it matches the cover. And it's like, oh, and then you also got the Jackson 5 Christmas album. I got to get that. Oh my God. I love Christmas albums, especially if it's Michael. You know what I mean? It's just because this is shit that I would have done
Michael Jackson fan.
anyway. You know what I mean? But because there's this whole Michael mania resurgence, to me, it's a beautiful thing. And it's because of a movie. Like people are going as nuts because of this movie as if he were still alive.
Yeah.
You know, like this is how crazy people went when he was alive for Michael Jackson. Dude, Michael Jackson's Thriller is still the highest grossing record sold of all time. When I last looked, it was like 65 million. You know what #2 is? You want to know what #2 is? I was actually really surprised.
Beatles?
Okay, I'll put it to you this way. I mentioned this yesterday.
I think it's something he owned. That's a
No, it wasn't. So someone said,
I own it.
Someone says, was it the Black album? I said, close. AC/DC Back in Black.
AC/DC has
#2
slot?
most sold record is AC/DC Back in Black.
Why is that album the #2?
I have no idea, but Michael Jackson's Thriller.
I never would have guessed AC/DC.
I looked at it the other day. It was like 65 million sold worldwide. And AC/DC was like 45 million or 42 million, something like that. Yeah.
That's insane. I'm not throwing any shade on AC/DC. I like them as a band. I just never been a huge fan. It's just not not my cup of tea. But I mean, they are a great band for what they are. But my God, they would #2.
Yeah.
Good God, that many people bought Back in Black.
Oh yeah. Well, that was also their first record back after Bon Scott died. So
they were literally Back in Black.
Right. So okay, so you got #1. Okay, so #1 is Michael Jackson's Thriller, estimated 66 to 100 million plus copies. #2 is AC/DC Back in Black, came out in 1980, estimated 45 to 50 million plus copies. #3, Eagles, their greatest hits, estimated 42 to 44 plus
greatest
million.
Hits, not even the
greatest hits.
Album.
Yeah. #4, this is also a surprise. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell.
That doesn't surprise me because I know how big Meatloaf was huge back in the day.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and
like
not just in size.
That song, like like in stature and popularity. But that song, like what was the
Paradise by the Dashboard Light?
That's it. Thank you. I couldn't think. Yeah.
So that one sold 40 to 43 million plus copies. And #5, I only looked up the top 5. #5, Whitney Houston and various artists, the Bodyguard soundtrack, 40 to 45 million copies.
Fucking Bodyguards? I mean, that was the song though. That's the And
Oh,
that
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
so, yeah, that makes sense.
that was a cover also. That was
Yeah,
originally a Dolly Parton song.
yeah. Yeah, but, well, Paul didn't hit that fucking note.
Oh, no, of course, but dude, Whitney Houston too, man. Like, Whitney Houston was a phenomenal singer,
Yeah, but, like,
you
isn't it
know?
sad, like, and I'm not well, once again, not a fan of the music, but I'm a fan of, musicianship, like, ability, like, she had a phenomenal voice,
She
and
really
we
did.
had to
She
watch
really
her
did.
get turned into a crack hound
I
and just
know. It was
sound like
so
asshole before she died, before
it
they
was so
sacrificed
sad.
her. How fucking how horrible was it to watch them degrade? Like, because she had of the voice her voice was incredible.
Incredible, dude.
And then the
No,
watcher at the end, like, needing money, and fucking performing, and her voice couldn't even remotely hit any of those fucking notes.
I know, it's so sad because I loved her too, man. Like, oh, I remember, somebody was like, he's like, "You tell me a better singer than Celine Dion." I'm like, "Whitney Houston." He's like, "Okay, yeah, you're right."
Yeah, dude, fuck Celine
Dude,
Dion, man.
there has
God.
never and will never be an artist that does the national anthem that the way
Yeah.
she did at the Super
Yeah,
Bowl. Like,
yeah,
they made that into a music video,
yeah.
like, they would play that on
But
MTV.
she just
You
had a
could
phenomenal like, her voice
She
was
really did.
legendary, and
I know because
we watched it get ruined, like, because of
yeah,
drugs and lifestyle, like,
I know, and it was so sad
I
because
almost
she
wish they
was
would've killed her before that, like, it would've been better,
yeah,
'cause
because
we
she was so beautiful, she had such a great voice, and it was so sad to see her just fall like that, you know what I mean?
But see, that's a perfect example when you watch this underbelly of Hollywood and having these handlers and having them control you and dictate your life and get you hooked on shit, and you watch these people fall,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
you watch them fall not just in fame, but you watch them fall in health, in mental decline, and you watch them like, and it's and you get these Hollywood whackers, and then they finally whack them at whatever point they need. Because, like, dude, she was killed and during, like, one of those Oscar ceremonies, like, and her body was sitting in the tub while they were having one of their little ritualistic fucking circle jerks, whichever was the Oscars, whatever award ceremony, and how
Right.
creepy is that, man?
Yeah, dude.
Her daughter took her room, like, the week before that, and then she was found unconscious in the tub, and then
Years
it was,
later,
like
yeah.
and, like,
It
the
wasn't
week
even that long
later
ago at this point, yeah.
and then, like, a week later, it was Whitney like, in other words, like, they almost did it, like, the week prior, like, had Whitney been in that room, she would have been face down in the bathtub before, you know what I mean? It's
Wait, you're not talking about didn't her and Bobby's daughter recently die, like, not too long ago in the bathtub? I feel
She
like that
didn't
was, like
die then. I think she was found unconscious, I think, or something like that. She wasn't
oh,
killed,
okay, okay, okay.
but I can't see, it's been a while now since I delved down this rabbit hole, but, like
Yeah, see, I don't remember that. I just remember that their daughter passed away not too
right,
long ago. Same way though,
yeah.
in a bathtub, I
This
believe,
is like
yeah.
an essence of paraphrasing, like, I'm just merely going like, from what I remember, like, I remember it during that time, it was, I think, like, either her daughter was found like that prior, and then she was found, or she was found like that afterwards, like, but, like, the same thing had like, in other words, the same thing was done to the daughter. And I just
Dude, that's
remember
sick.
going, "It is fucking wild, man." And, like, once again, this is not the
Sick.
time or place to get into that stuff, but, like, that's some serious
I
shit, like,
know, dude, I
there's a
know,
lot of
because
things
there's a lot of stuff coming out about Michael Jackson now also, but it's more, like, on the positive side, which makes me kinda happy because, like, I always loved him as an artist, it's like watching that movie really brought back a lot of my childhood. Being alive while all that stuff, like, a lot of that stuff was
well, dude,
happening.
too. Dude, you and I, man, we're Zennials, man, like, essentially, so we grew up like, a lot of the especially being rock fans, dude, half of our fucking favorite artists are dead now, like,
Yeah,
and
I
most
know,
of them are prematurely, like,
I
not
know, and
because of old age, like,
dude,
dude,
like,
Wayne Static, I just showed you, like, I love Wayne dude, I
yeah.
love Static X, and I just going over that song they just released now finally for the Crash, that remix stuff.
I remember the night Michael Jackson died, and I was on my way to band practice, and I had my guitarist in the car with me, and I was in, like, an old, like, Nissan Sentra. It was, like, a 1984, didn't have a tape deck even, didn't have CD player,
None of
so
that.
we're listening to the radio, and then the news comes in that Michael Jackson died, and the moment I heard that, it was
World
like the
shattering.
beginning of it was like the beginning of Smooth Criminal, like, you
Mhm.
just hear, like, this like, just that one beat real quick, and then it's just like a heartbeat,
Yeah.
It's just like, that's what it felt
Yeah.
like. It's like, I don't even remember if my guitarist was saying anything to me at that
So, yeah,
time.
that tunnel vision thing, like, where it's just everything
Exactly,
closed in.
exactly. It was just like, "Oh, like, Michael Jackson died?" And he was only 50 years old, like
Yeah,
Dave
he was still
Brockie,
young, yeah.
50 years old, And it just it was crushing, but I will say this though, going back to what you were saying, I personally, I never really got into like new metal the way you did.
Yeah. No, I
You know,
definitely we veered that way, like, as far as
I
taste.
never really got into the new metal, so I wasn't really into Static X. So, I mean, I it was shocking when I found out that Wayne Static died. You know what I mean? Because like, I'd listened to some of their songs. Not it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like for
Yeah,
me, I
didn't
wasn't gonna.
gravitate to it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I understand what people like about it. As with any new metal band, because like I liked Korn. I think even Slipknot was considered new metal when they came out. Can't say for sure, but like even System
It
of a
was in the
Down, I
same
guess.
wave that came out, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? It's
exactly. Because like, I thought, like, new metal was called new metal, I thought it just meant, like, new metal bands,
yeah.
not like an actual
Yeah, like,
subgenre of
NEW
metal.
metal, like, new.
Yeah, but it was NU metal,
Yeah.
but, like, I liked Korn, I liked Slipknot, but, like, it's like I didn't get into a lot of that stuff.
Well, dude, so my first job, if you remember, Pathmark, right? Supermarket. 16, you can't really I wanted to work at
Yeah.
KB's because I just wanted to be with toys and video games, my 2 favorites. But you had to be 18 because you had to use a box cutter, so it's like
Yeah,
16, like, and in Pathmark, like, we don't give a fuck, cut yourself where you want, come on in. So,
yeah.
like, I worked there, and the reason I bring that up is there was you befriend people you work with, and there was a dude there that worked in the seafood section, and he was like me, just older, like, he listened to a lot of music and everything, and he got me dude, he got 'cause he told me about a whole bunch of bands, like, 'cause he was one of those ones that was knowledgeable, like how I am with new bands and stuff coming out.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So he got
absolutely.
me to I remember that year, was it, like, 99 around that time, where or 97, 98, or where all when new metal was on the verge of coming out. In other words, all those
Yeah.
bands, when
Mhm,
Slipknot first came out, and, like, when
mhm.
Static X first dropped, and Hed PE, and all these bands, and
System of a
he told me
Down.
about those names. So I wrote them all down, and I was like and so I went to go buy them when the albums came out, and I became instantaneous like, to this day, it's still some of my favorite bands of all time, like Hed PE, Static dude, I love Static X, man. Like, Static X, it crushed me. Like, you want to talk about, like, Michael Jackson, dude, when Wayne died, I was like, "Fuck, man." There
Yeah,
goes,
man,
like, a
I can
reunion with
imagine,
Static
dude.
X. There goes his solo stuff,
I know, dude. It's like
it's
whenever,
like,
yeah.
fuck,
It's
and
like,
then
yeah, it's like whenever a band isn't, like, together and one of the members
yeah.
dies, especially the singer, like, that's the most important component.
Well, the singer's always the heart,
Or
usually.
yeah, or the lead guitarist, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's like the people who are, like, more of a main focal point of the band, it's like once they're gone, it's like, how can you do this, like, after it,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, I know they got that dude that, like, like, basically dressing up as, like, a robot version of him
It's
or
so
whatever
dope
you
from
call it.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I like, again, another band that I was never into,
yeah,
so I would never know that he was this like, I never looked it up. Like, that's how much, like, again, I'm not a fan of Static X, so I wasn't gonna look up, "Alright, who's really in the makeup?" 'Cause it doesn't matter to me, but, you told me recently who's really under the makeup and all that stuff, and it's like, that's cool, but it's not. You know you
yeah.
know what I mean? It's, like, cool, but it's not. It's like
Yeah.
it's like after, like, Flatus Maximus died, they changed the character completely, but created a character within the same clan. So that was cool because it was like they were showing respect to the last person who ever played Flatus and created a new character. It's like if somebody else came out wearing Odorous' makeup and all that stuff, pretending to be him and fronted Gwar, I feel like there would be a problem with that. You know what I mean? It's like I
Well, I
would
look at it this way,
feel
it's
a
a
certain
double-edged
way about
sword.
that.
It's a double-edged sword because for one thing, it's clearly like anything else, like Limp Bizkit I mean, not Limp Bizkit, well, Limp Bizkit, yes, but they're not replacing anybody, but, like, with Linkin Park, it's a cash grab, they just wanna make more money,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the one thing I appreciated about the recommencing of Static X with the X singer, the anonymous singer who's Edsel Dope,
Right.
and for one, he did an admirable job as far as because doing the scratchy vocals and, sounding enough like Wayne to do the songs and be able to play the guitar with it. So I give him credit for that. The one thing I did like is they engaged in 2 albums, the regeneration projects, were lost, unreleased stuff. So you at least got that last bastion of creativity that Wayne had, you know what I mean? Like, so some
Yeah, yeah.
unreleased songs, so
Mhm.
it's at least that final buttoner. Now, of course, they're still milking it, like any corporate thing. They're gonna keep grinding now and just keep living, and making money off his name, but at least with, Michael Johnston from, Mephisto Odyssey, like, he at least released that Crash remix, which just came out, and I was fucking dude, it just set me how, like, you, like, just went into the tizzy with, like, Michael
Yeah,
Jackson?
yeah, yeah.
I just
Yeah.
went now I'm, like, listening to Static X again because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, man, it's been so long,"
Yeah, dude, yeah.
because I miss Wayne, like, you miss him so much, man, because he was one of my favorite singers, it's like
Yeah.
Dude, Chris Cornell, when Chris Cornell died, he's my favorite vocalist of all time,
Oh
you
my
know?
god, dude, that was
That was
so
crushing, man. I was like,
yeah,
"Wow,
it
no
was,
more
dude.
Soundgarden, no more," like,
I
well,
know.
Audioslave was already done, but no more
Right.
solo shit. Like, dude, Chris Cornell's solo stuff was incredible.
I know. The dude was a phenomenal vocalist, man.
Oh my
He was
god, dude, like,
well,
why? Why him?
that was back in the '90s when those grunge bands came out. Each of those bands were very unique in their own way. All
Yeah,
had different styles of music, but they were still considered within the same genre, which
but
was grunge.
pioneers of that sound.
Right. Eddie it's like you take the top 4, you know, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden, all sounding very different from each other, but
Now for Seattle
very
people out there,
all
we know there's other bands too, but we're talking about the
yes,
major
exactly,
mainstream
that's why
ones.
I'm saying the top yeah, as far as
Before people
mainstream
start
goes,
going, "What
the
about
top 4.
Mudhoney? What about the
Yeah,
Melvins?" Like, yeah,
I
we
know,
get it.
exactly, yeah,
There's plenty of other
there's
North
exactly.
Pacific bands out there, we get it.
Right, and a lot of people yeah, people know who those bands are, but everybody knows who these bands are, you know? And
These are
it's
the
like you look at
legends
the
that
top
yeah,
4 and out of the they were all had very distinct differences. It's like Soundgarden and Alice in Chains being of like the heavier of,
and more depressing.
sections of yeah, exactly. But you look at those top 4 bands and 3 out of 4 of those bands lost their lead singers.
And legendary lead singers too.
Legendary, yeah.
Like Lane Staley and his fucking voice and his like what he was able to do was incredible. And the sad part with Lane is he wasn't like he was healthy and he was I mean, he
Oh, he
literally
was
was
in
falling
yeah.
apart. Like you watched him fall apart. He
Well,
just
dude, I
could not
mean
get over the drugs. It just
yeah,
destroyed him.
dude, from the first album, he was singing
Yeah.
songs about taking heroin and, doing drugs and all
I mean,
that shit, so it's
but
not
he
like
was like the typical like towards the end, he always wore long sleeves, gloves because his hands were always fucked up
yeah.
from
Yep.
sticking needles in between the fingers.
Mhm.
Like he literally was like the Whitney Houston of like he just was just falling apart. And like I remember
Yeah, I
he
mean
was dead for days before someone even found him.
yeah, and you even got, Stone Temple Pilots.
Scott Weiland,
Scott
yeah.
Weiland, man,
Another great
another
fucking
great fucking
voice.
yeah,
Did
great
multiple
frontman, I mean
projects outside of, Stone
yeah.
Temple Pilots.
I
Loved, like,
believe
Velvet Revolver and all that shit.
yeah, believe it or not, the first time I actually saw Scott Weiland live was with Velvet Revolver, and then I saw them, like, a year or 2 later when Stone Temple Pilots had a reunion.
Yeah.
Both were good shows, but he fucked up the lyrics to Plush, which I thought was kinda weird, but, their their most famous
I
song,
mean, yeah, it's probably all fucking his
Oh,
brain was
yeah,
probably
no,
like
of
Swiss
course, of
cheese, but,
course. I mean, dude, like, it's funny because, like, with Velvet Revolver, they did a couple of, Guns N' Roses covers,
yeah, I'm
and
sure
he
they
did pretty
would. I
good.
mean, yeah,
Yeah, he did really good. He did them well, and they also did "Wish You Were Here."
yeah,
Like, it was just him and Slash just Slash on
acoustic,
the 12-string acoustic,
yeah.
and him sitting there like, as soon as the song started, I was like, "Oh my god, this is awesome.
Which
I
is
can't
crazy
believe
because
they're
that's
doing
my
this."
favorite Pink Floyd song, so it's like, great choice, my
I know,
friend.
that's one of the that's
Why
the
you
main
mentioned
reason I
yeah.
mentioned that, yeah, because I remember last episode you were saying how that was
Yeah, I
your,
fucking love that song so much.
dude, it's a great song, of course, man, but, oh, and dude, like, even when I saw Guns N' Roses, they did a cover of, Sliver.
Yeah.
Not as good,
Yeah, yeah.
but, he tried. Um, you gotta give him that, but, those grunge bands of the '90s that really, like because that was where it was almost like where, like, metalheads and punk
Merged, like the
merged,
convergence
you
of
know what
them,
I mean? It
yeah.
was like
That
it
was
was
me.
like
Dude, we were metalhead. Dude, I was a
exactly,
kid,
yeah,
like, for those watching, like, 10 years old, I was a hardcore metalhead. I just loved metal, and I was
yeah.
extremely obtuse. I didn't wanna hear anything else, and then
Right,
grunge came,
exactly.
and that just opened me up, and I realized, "Oh, no, I actually like more shit." Like,
Yeah,
this is great.
well, exactly, because, like, back then, it was like, me, you, and, like, one other kid who were into metal, and everybody else was listening to, like, hip hop, rap, all that shit, and it
Pop,
was like
yeah, pop was
yeah,
big
it
at
was
that
like
time too.
yeah, it was like us against them, so it's
Yeah,
like
it really
yeah,
was.
so it's like
Not
we're
by
coming to
choice.
school like yeah, it's like we're in Catholic school, and it's like,
We're the
alright, it's dress
devils.
down day, and it's like, I'm wearing a Metallica shirt, you're wearing a some other metal shirt or whatever it is, and
Yeah, like
every
Pantera or whatever.
yeah, exactly, and everybody else is wearing their pants past their ass, you know?
Yeah,
It's like so that was, like, kinda
facts.
where we were, and it was like but again, it's like the older you get, the more you realize that you can like other shit because, again, I've been a Michael Jackson fan since I was a kid, and
Yeah.
anytime I'd hear his voice dude, I remember sorry to go back to Michael Jackson, but, like, I remember when the black and white video came out.
Everything revolves around Michael.
Right, but you remember when the black and white video came out?
I mean,
And there was
loosely,
that
yeah.
All right, but there was that, like, extra, like, movie after it where he's, like,
Is that the one
in
who's
an a
in the alley and he's, like, smashing everything, and
yeah,
it was,
he's
like,
smashing the car.
controversial and yeah.
Yeah, because he's, like, he's rubbing his junk the whole time, and I remember being
I don't
in
remember
school
that, I
the
just
next
remember
day.
destroying shit.
Right, but I remember in school the next day, like, some of us were, like, copying what he was doing, and we got in trouble for it. It's like he was
Michael
all up on
Jackson,
his own shit.
pioneer. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Dude, I love it, man. Dude, there's so many I mean, we've been alive long enough to watch a lot of people come and go,
Dude, I mean,
and
I'll
even
never
the
f
old people. Like, when I mean old, I mean, like, the older bands, like, that some, like, my friend Wago loves, like, John Morrison. He considers himself, like, like, a reincarnate of Jim Morrison.
Oh, dude, I love Jim Morrison too, man. I love The Doors. I think The Doors are great. They had some, like, weird songs, which I'm cool with, man. I dig weird songs, you know?
Dude, I mean, but, like, there's, like, that's and this, of course, like, goes into the whole 27 Club, and not that, like, the people we're referring to are old 27 Club. I'm pretty sure Kurt was. Who else was 27 when they were killed or found dead?
Jimi Hendrix,
Yeah, I'm thinking
Jim
about newer
like
people. Is there
like you said, Jim
anybody
Morrison. Trying to remember, well, the dude no, well, he was 28, the dude from Blind Melon, Shannon.
Shannon something, right? Yeah, he had a
Yeah.
but see, that's the thing though. Like Blind Melon back then, they had that song, that one song that played over and over again on the radio. Wasn't a huge fan of it. Wasn't a huge fan of them. Had that little girl with the bee outfit
No
on.
Rain. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Shannon
yeah.
Hoon. It was Shannon Hoon, by
Hoon.
the
There
way.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like, a lot of people might not know this, but he actually did the backup vocals for, Guns N' Roses on Don't You Cry, Don't Cry.
Mm.
He was the backup. He did the backups with Axl Rose on that, and he did a great job on that. Did very good vocals on that. But I will say this, one of, like, the most crushing aside from Dave Brockie, of course, and, Michael Jackson was
And
another
Steel.
one. Pete Steele, but Dimebag Darrell.
Oh fuck yeah, dude, of course.
I'll never forget getting that phone call that morning from one of my buddies. He calls me up. He's
He's
like,
my favorite guitarist of all time.
"Dude,
That's
me too." And
yeah.
he's like, "Turn on the TV. Put it on, like, channel
And the
5
way
or
he
whatever it
went,
was."
man, that
Dude, so I turn on the TV. I'm like, and it's like rock guitarist dies, and I'm like, "Who?" And I see it's Dimebag Darrell Abbott. I'm like, dude, I couldn't breathe for a minute. Like,
yeah.
I I literally cried. I just it because it's like you said, when there's a band that you love and a very important member of that band dies, and that's not taking anything away from anybody else in the band, but it's like now there is definitely not going to be a Pantera reunion. I
I
mean,
know, because
obviously
we were all waiting for that, hoping, like, that it would reconcile with Phil and just come back,
exactly.
and it obviously was never gonna happen at that point.
Obviously, they're doing a Pantera quote unquote reunion right now,
Yeah, with
but
Zakk
it's
Wylde.
not yeah, with Zach Wild and Charlie Benanti.
He's a phenomenal drummer, but I love
Yeah,
Anthrax.
exactly. So, I mean, that's cool, but it's not
I know, well,
Dimebag
like,
and
at the
it's
same
not Vinnie
time,
Paul.
you're just kinda reliving the old days. It's more of, like, just,
Yeah, exactly.
let's
It's like seeing the Michael
memorialize them
movie.
and, like yeah, exactly. Precisely.
Back to Michael. No, but
Yeah, but when he died, man, I was like, "Wow, man," like, because he's the reason I wanted to even play guitar, like, that's the reason I got it, like, because I
yeah, I
grew
mean,
up
he's the
listening to
reason I wanted to
Pantera,
play
and
gu
just his
he's the reason I
sound.
wanted to play guitar, even though I don't play guitar. It's like if I were to play guitar, he's the reason. It's like for me, Dimebag was to metal guitar what Cliff Burton was to metal bass,
Yeah, I can see that, that's a
you
good
know?
association.
So, it's like I wanted to be like Cliff Burton, guitar like metal bass players wanna
The
be
only
like
difference,
Cliff
Cliff got
Burton.
taken out way earlier before
Oh,
leaving the
yeah.
legacy than Dimebag.
Yes. Yeah. But, yeah, see, like, Cliff Burton died before I got into Metallica, so, like, I didn't get to mourn that, but kind of felt it afterwards being
Yeah.
like, "Damn, it
Well,
would
it's
be so."
posthumous, like, you got into
Yeah.
the band, and same thing I got into Bill Hicks. I got into Bill Hicks, he was already dead, and
Yeah.
then I was like, "Holy shit, this guy's the best," and he's dead. Like, there's no chance of ever seeing him live, like, he's gone. He's been gone for
Right.
years.
But see, the crazy thing is 24 years earlier see, Dimebag died in 2004, but 24 years earlier, 1980, December 8th, same day, just 24 years earlier, same exact day, John Lennon was murdered in pretty much the exact same way that Dimebag was by
He's outside, though.
some crazy fat white dude who thought he was a part of John Lennon's life. Whereas in 2004, it was some crazy fat white dude who thought Pantera was finding their way into his brain and stealing his ideas for songs and becoming famous over it.
Was that the excuse was? I can't remember now.
Yeah, he said that apparently he would hang out at this like tattoo shop and say, Pantera's like stealing my songs, right? Like they're getting into my brain and stealing all my ideas. But again, 1980, yeah, it was outside when John Lennon got killed.
He was
in New
walking.
York.
He was with Yoko because I remember the joke with Dennis Leary. He's
Dennis Leary.
4 bullets, not one hit Yoko. Explain it to me. Oh, yeah, it's 8. Not one. Explain it to me, God.
Explain it to me. So I really don't get it. We live in a world where John Lennon takes 8 fucking bullets. Yoko Ono was standing right next to him. Not one fucking bullet. Explain it to me, God. Yeah.
Great bit.
But it's true though. It's like, dude,
I feel like because
it's just wild that exactly 24 years later, to the day, same way.
Which leads me to think, or to sit on the side of the conspiratorial, thinking that these were psyop hits. It's because they love their numbers, man. They love those alignments. And if you ever notice, whenever they're hit, they're always hit by somebody that's ex-military, some like either some Fed connection or some direct military connection for MK Ultra programs and stuff like that. And the guy was a fucking nut job,
Yeah.
And then you look at and even that too, because dude, we grew up with Pantera, man. Like for those watching, let me explain something to you. There was no internet in the 90s, so you had what you had, and like with Pantera, at that time, one of the biggest things they had. They had videos that they made where they just filmed themselves just hanging out and doing stupid shit, and they were legendary. Like Pantera 3, we watched that. That was literally our colloquial culture. Like everything we joked about and made jokes and inside jokes were all from that. And they were one of the few bands back in the day that did that. Most bands didn't do that shit because like Dimebag was so like large in life, and like the antics that they had and their personalities were so over the top and so palpable. Like, dude, like. Nobody understands. Like Dimebag was one of the funniest human beings on the face of the planet. Like he had his own speech. Like they were just so out of control, and those videos are legendary. 3, motherfucker, 3. Like we just lived, dude. All we did was quote that. So
we still do.
So when I bring it up is when he died, dude. Like Cat, like one of the fucking because other people died too that night. It wasn't just Dime.
Yeah.
And I remember when, and the reason I bring this up is because when you watch those videos, you get to know the whole crew. Like, because everyone's involved. It's like Jackass before Jackass. It's like everyone's involved. So you got to really appreciate the manager, like all the techs, the crew. And I think if I recall correctly, Cat, the one dude, he was actually killed. He was shot and killed protecting Dime, I think. Or
no, he wasn't killed. He wasn't killed. He was trying to protect Dimebag. He did. He
get shot though.
He got
shot.
He not die? Right, but when the cop shot and killed the guy who killed Dimebag, he had Cat in a headlock, and he was like walking around with him, and the cop just took the shot and got him. Okay. Got the guy.
I thought he died too,
lived.
Though. Did he?
No, because I remember I ran like Cat was at Ozfest in 06.
Yeah.
I remember I walked right past him.
So I can't remember. So he had Cat in a headlock during that fucking altercation?
Yeah. When he got shot by when the guy who killed Dimebag got shot by the cop, he had Cat in a headlock.
Okay.
And he was
I totally forgot.
He was like walking. He was like walking out.
I thought he got
like,
shot protecting Dimebag. Like going
he did get shot.
Yeah.
He did get shot. I believe he got shot, but he didn't die.
Okay.
Because I walked past him, dude. I walked past him at Ozfest 06.
Right.
I looked at him. I looked right at him, and I walked past him. I was like, "Oh shit!"
It's Cat.
And I turned around, and he turned around and looked at me, and I'm like, and I was wearing a Rest in Peace Dimebag shirt that day.
Yeah.
So I pointed at the shirt, and he's like, he did one of those, like, and he, shook my hand, whatever. I'm like, love you, man. you know? And it was just like, wow, man, I can't believe that. It was fucking
like when
crazy.
You're a Pantera fan and you watch those videos, everyone's just family in your eyes. You know what I mean? Because you got to know everybody.
Exactly,
because they took you backstage and you really got an intimate side that you didn't get in most bands. Most bands didn't do that shit. That's why you look now. It's
and the funny thing is too, because like when you see like some of these people who like are part of their tech, like getting angry with them, getting pissed off with them, like telling them to go fuck themselves, it's like, how are you going to say that to Dimebag? But we also like realize it's like they spend every fucking waking minute with them.
But you forget how annoying and persistent he was.
Exactly.
Like,
it's like because like as an outsider looking in, it's like, dude, I would love to be a fucking dime
I
bag
know.
every
No,
day.
you
I love it.
lionize them. You don't
Right.
think about the details of what
Exactly. And but then that occurs to you, it's like, yeah, but dude, if you had to spend every fucking
you
waking moment
probably
with
want to
them,
strangle them. Like I
dude,
would,
yeah, because it's like if you fuck up while they're on stage, man, they'll fuck you up. You
Yeah.
know, like whether it's physically or verbally, they will fuck you up.
dude, think about remember that story Phil told when he was talking about he's like, man, he's like, you'd be laying there and every morning, every night, he'd get up, he would eat a little piece of bread, get stretched out, have some soup, and then at 8 at night, he'd bust into the fucking my room. I'd be like getting ready. Come on, motherfucker, let's get one in you. And he meant it. And he'd be relentless until you tip the drink back. And then he told that he said that in that same story. He was talking about how he's like, I could have like 103 fever in a blanket, like, ugh. He'd be like, come on, man. He's like, I know you're sick, but this is like the country western days. He's like, you drink this whiskey, it'll get you better.
Yeah, that one hit
The
hard.
country
man.
western days. He had his own speech. What he meant was like, in the Wild West where people died at like 21.
Dime Bonics, watch it go.
Yeah. But dude, that's
Dude,
that's him, man. Like that's
Dude, the fucking thing
dime.
is, man. Yeah, see, I had part 3 on VHS, but years later they put all 3 videos on a DVD.
Right, they got
And I
whole
wish I would have bought it
collection.
because it was like $20 for the whole set.
Funny
and I'm
part
like,
is now you can find it on YouTube probably, I would imagine.
you're right. You're probably right.
But back in the
it's
day,
like,
before you wanted to actually own the media,
yeah,
that was a
and
huge thing. All
I'm not
three
even
on
talking.
one.
Yeah, I'm not even talking that long ago either.
Yeah.
Like I wish I would have just bought it because like now you have to buy it through like third party sellers who jacked up the fucking price.
Of
You know
course,
what I mean?
marking up at there. Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, dude, those Michael Jackson records that I bought like 10, 11, 12 years ago were like now they're like $8 more.
Yeah.
We know why.
Dude, you know right now with the surgence of this movie, everything's gonna be marked up now.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen,
They're gonna make
like,
billions off his name right now.
I mean, dude, the regular standard record of Bad was like $22 when I bought it. I mean, obviously back in the 80s, it was $10. I remember the price tag, $9.99 for vinyl.
Yeah.
It's doubled in price since then. So but the CD was back then was $21.99 and now the CD is $9.99. So
Yeah, I
you
mean,
you got that little
flip-flop.
yeah. So it's just kind of strange the way that changed, but it's like you want like the if you want like the special edition ones, they're like I think when I got the 25th anniversary of Bad, it was like no, I'm sorry, like $43. Now it's like 48, 50, something like that. Yeah. But that has a lot of shit on it. That's like 3 records. So
Well, I'll tell you what, man. On a side note from this, but in conjunction with the conversation, I am excited for that live album from Typo Negative to come out.
whenever it comes out, I'm ready to buy it.
They said they're working on it because I've been watching whatever I can about like Johnny and them and like hanging out and talking about it. Like I was like, dude, I hope it comes. They say next year, so if that comes out, and they did find that one extra song because he went through all those. He has all those old school demo tapes, like the tapes. So I'm hoping they put together, like some really cool like live shows, and I'm dying for that, man. Because Typo, like we talked about during the Pete Steele episode, like everything they made, and anything they didn't make got erased. So it was like to have those tapes and have at least a little something, to chew on. Because like he's like unfortunately Typo is not like Michael Jackson or Tupac or Prince, where they have like this litany of just music that just this limitless catalog of just endless music. Very short lived. Dude, Nirvana was short lived, man. You remember like they were a phenomenon. They only lasted like 3 years before he was killed.
What did they have? Like they had 4 studio albums? Yeah. There was Bleach.
Bleach was the official one.
Nevermind.
Nevermind was the big one. And then they put together my favorite one is Incesticide, and that's not even an album. It's an album, but it wasn't a studio. That was all just B-sides and unreleased stuff because everyone was fiending for more material. So before they could actually get an album out, they just put together Incesticide. And that's oddly enough, my favorite album from them.
Mine too.
Yeah.
That was, believe it or not,
like, love that album.
Like, my sister had Nevermind on cassette, but the first Nirvana album I owned was Incesticide, and I fucking love that album.
Dude, my uncle, when that album came out, he got it for me, and I remember grabbing the tape and seeing the little baby floating in. I'm like, oh my god, because at that time, that's when the first song came out, the "Smell the Teen Spirit." So I listened to the fuck out of that album, and I wanted more when Incesticide came out. And I remember I got it, and I was like, I still to this day will always be my favorite album.
Yeah, and then there was in utero,
That was their last album.
and
Yeah.
then they had but then they had Unplugged, which was a great.
Right, but I mean like an actual like
Yeah,
studio
yeah,
album.
no,
Yeah.
no, I know. I'm talking about studio
But
albums,
Unplugged definitely was an album just like Incesticide.
right.
It was a huge
And then
album.
like in the early 2000s, I think it was like 04, 05, they came out with that compilation.
Right.
That compilation album, but it had like a lost track that they put on it.
Yeah.
You know.
And then it wasn't that whole music bank thing that they came out with, similar to like Alice in Chains, where it took
The
years.
Money Banks of the Wichita.
The Money Banks. That's right.
Isn't that what it was called? The Money
That's
Banks
the
of
one
the
album.
Wichita.
That's a live album,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Was it a live album?
That was a
I thought
live
that was.
album.
I thought that was the one that had.
But I remember like a decade plus
song
later,
on it.
they finally got to like what Courtney Love, and she allowed like them to take some of the stuff, and they made that whole like collection that had all these bonus songs. Because I BitTorrented the whole thing, and then all of these songs, all the unreleased shit that like verse, chorus, verse, which was one of my favorite songs. It was only on the No Alternative album. I fucking love that song. Yeah.
But dude, whenever they're ready
Love
to put
it.
that Typo Negative album out, that live album, whatever color vinyl it is, I'm getting it. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
However many discs it is, however much it costs, I'm getting that shit. I'm definitely getting a physical copy of it. You know, it's like that's something like that goes beyond fucking streaming. You know, that's something that you need to own, that I need to own.
Dude, you know what's another cool band? They were another blip, but like, do you remember Snot?
Yeah, I remember Snot.
So
I
when
know
Link
of
Straight
them.
died, and then they made that tribute album, and that's where like
See, I just remember like the tribute song. I think I remember
talking
like
about the
I
one
think it
with
was,
Seven Dust.
yeah, like they were all like around
Angel
the
Sun.
fire or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a huge that band was cool. I have that album, the Snot album, and it's a really good album. Like they were a cool band. Never got super attached to the singer or that band itself because there's more of like I got into him because he died, and then like
Okay.
everyone's like they made the Tribute album, and the Tribute album is awesome. But he was like obviously they were all friends, so like Head PE, did a song on there, Seven Dust,
Yeah.
all these legendary bands from our time. But he was another one, like he fucking dropped. And
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, I know you're not into like some of the, like I know you're not into like the Who, but
yeah,
like
once again, liked what I heard, but just never got super into them.
yeah. But as a bass player, I hate to do that whole like prefacing with my credentials. Like,
My skill.
well, as a bass player who's been playing since the
As a
age
bass
of,
aficionado.
yeah, but as a bass player, listening to John Entwistle, who is one of the greatest bass players.
You say John Atwistle or Entwistle?
Entwistle.
Oh, Entwistle, okay.
Entwistle, who is one of the greatest fucking rock and roll bass players ever.
Well, they were musically an excellent band, were they
Oh
not?
yeah, absolutely. And it's like, they were wild, and I get shit for this all the time. I would always say I'll take Keith Moon as a drummer over John Bonham any day. Like that was whenever we were trying out drummers, okay. Better drummer, Keith Moon or John Bonham? Always John Bonham. They always say John Bonham. I'm like, okay. Like why? I'm more of a Keith Moon guy.
Keith Moon dude, yeah.
Yeah, more of a
Well,
Keith
I mean,
Moon
you
dude
like a
because
lot of like your influences. Like I know you love Cream, like
yeah,
especially
Cream.
that bassist. Like,
well, yeah, when Jack Bruce died, man, that was big too because at least I got to see him live. John Entwistle, I never got to see live, and when he died, the Who still went on. They still do live shows, but it doesn't feel worth it.
Yeah.
Without John Entwistle, at least John Entwistle, because Keith Moon died like before. I think he died before we were born, but either way, I mean, they called him the Madman for a reason because he was fucking out of his mind and he was crazy. But it would have been cool to see him live playing the drums. But more than anything, seeing John Entwistle playing the bass live, seeing the Who. Yeah, seeing the Who with John. Dude, my favorite Who album is Quadrophenia. It's it's a rock. Quadrophenia. It's a concept album. Much like Tommy.
How many albums did it come out?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Where does Quadrophenia lie? Was it like is it their fourth album or is it?
I don't know if it's their fourth album. It was definitely in the 70s.
Yeah,
but
I know very little about that. I know the songs that I've heard, and stuff like that.
Well, because I know like, do you know The Real Me? Can you see the real me? Can you?
Yeah, like that sounds familiar.
I know Love Reign Over Me. Love Reign on Me.
Yeah.
I had
they were a great rock band. Like they had that essence of what became big
very experimental.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the things I loved about them too. Very experimental. And John Entwistle, they called him the Ox. The dude was a fucking monster bass player. And again, I'm not boasting, I'm not tooting my own horn, but the first time my band went into a studio and played, our practice tracks for him, he's sitting like we're watching this guy. He's just sitting there, kind of straight faced. While he's listening, he's just barely moving. But the first thing he says, "Who's the bass player?" And I'm like,
Me.
he's like, it's like, yeah, I definitely hear some John Entwistle in there. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
what? It's like,
I'm
because it's
ready to
like
go.
because like that's who I learned from. That's what I learned from listening to John Entwistle, Jack Bruce, even some John Paul Jones, Geezer Butler.
I was actually going to ask you
mean?
about John Paul Jones.
Yeah.
I was like, do you have
John
any?
Paul Jones,
Yeah.
dude, I like John Paul Jones. I just fucking hate him. I hate him because like trying to learn some of the songs that he wrote on the
Yeah.
bass,
That nasty.
I'm like, well, because when I was with my cover band, they wanted to do Immigrant Song.
Yeah.
So whenever I would look up how to play that song, it's all in octaves. It's like din 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 din. Yeah. So whenever I would see people playing it on these YouTube videos, it's all with a pick. I can't pick like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just use the fingers, right?
Yeah, because like when I learned how to play the bass, I learned it with my fingers. I can fuck around with a pick.
Right.
There was a song that I played with my old band that
naturally
I would
just with your fingers.
right.
Yeah.
I would open with a pick just to get that crunch for the intro because it started with the bass. It was like do 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 do. So I'm like, and I'm trying to do it with the pick. I'm like trying to do the whole din 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 din, and I couldn't do it. I could not fucking do it. So I tried doing it with my fingers, like din din din. The only way I was able to play that part was slapping and popping it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so you can't play
and
it
I'm not
straight,
even. I can't play it like a regular like a regular bass player. And it's like I'm not, and it's like that was. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not a slap and pop bass player.
Yeah,
but that
you
was
could
the
only
easiest.
play it to slap and pop. That's it.
That was the easiest way for me to do it. And then during the chorus, it's all do 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 do. Like I have to use all my fingers for this shit. I'm like fucking bastard. So,
well, at least it's a testament to how good he was. Yeah,
exactly, dude. The guy was a fucking. The guy is a phenomenal bass player, and I don't hate him because he's a bad bass player. I hate him because he's a fantastic bass player.
Well, dude,
it's
I
like
told you
trying to learn, and it's fine because like even like learning like Ramble On. It's like it starts out a certain way. It's like dude, like I know the whole intro, I know like the chorus. But then he like changes up the chorus for the end, and like I'm like, come on, man, why'd you do this?
Why'd you do this? Why you do this
exactly.
to me,
Why are you doing this to me, Johnny? What the hell?
Well, I told you about them Crooked Vultures, man. Like, I love them. I highly recommend listening to them.
Yeah. I tried listening to a little bit of it, but when I say tried, it's not like I tried to listen to it. I didn't like it. It's like no, it's like when I think to listen to it, it's like when I'm in like the car and I'm almost at my destination, so I don't really get to. And then my mind just goes somewhere else. Because someone leaves me a 15-minute voice memo, and it's like I got to listen to that. So,
shots fired.
No.
Okay, I see how this is.
No, man, I'm just just messing with you.
Okay,
but yeah, John Paul Jones is fucking phenomenal. But because when I first started, I like my mindset was like I'm going to be in a fucking metal band, so I gravitated a little more to like Geezer Butler, Cliff Burton, even Beefcake the Mighty, stuff like that, because it's like those are three phenomenal metal bass players. And what's his name from Iron Maiden? Steve Harris, another phenomenal metal bass player.
What about Les? You ever look at Les and listen? Because Primus is a weird band, like so it's not. I'm not expecting the music to be like a huge influence, but
I can't touch what he does.
But he's just such an insane bassist. Like just his
the only thing
quirkiness.
that I ever even attempted and I kind of got. All right. First, I'll say the anti-pop. Because it was a fairly, for me, it was fairly simple. It was just like something like that. And it was slap, but it was all like within the same like range. It was like I didn't have to go all over and the other thing that I got, not exact, but because there's room to improvise a lot, was his version of NIB, the Primus version of NIB that was on Nativity in Black 2 with Ozzy singing. He basically did like the opposite of what Geezer Butler did, because Geezer Butler did the opening solo with just the wah-wah pedal, and then when went into the song, turned the distortion on for the rhythm. Claypool did the opposite. He used the distortion and the wah-wah pedal for the opening
Yeah.
solo, and then
They went clean
turned
with
it
it.
off. But,
Yeah, he's just a nasty bass player, dude. I
he
mean,
is a
like,
nasty bass player. Like, he's so good that Metallica didn't want him.
that's what they say, yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's like, "Dude, I mean, like, how are you gonna do what you do as Les Claypool
Well, I watched him not too
for
long
Metallica?"
ago talking about that himself, and he's much more of a humble and he's like, "Yeah, I came out, I didn't even know what to do with it," and he's like, "I played one thing," and 'cause
Yeah,
stylistically, he's very different from what they do, obviously, it's
exactly. Because I remember it was, like, the behind the music, and he's like, "Yeah, I tried out for Metallica." It's like, listening to what they're doing, he's like, "Yeah, you guys know any Isley Brothers tunes?"
yeah,
Like, but, dude, I mean, even Primus, they did a cover of "The Thing That Should Not Be." It was a good cover, man.
yeah.
I
It's
I
just
was like,
Primus is just a weird band, like, just
"They
the
are, man."
sound, like, their approach to everything is
Yeah.
just so
And
it's
it dude,
awesome.
believe it or not, man,
The
they would
Sickest
get
Pits, is
crazy
that what you put?
sickest
Yes.
pits, yeah, man.
That's what I've heard too.
Because I
People
went to a
get
Primus
fucked up
show.
the most from Primus
'Cause
shows.
I went to a Primus show, and that was what was happening,
It's, like,
man. The
comparable to
fucking
Slayer shows.
yeah, dude, Buckethead came out and played with them a little bit too, and dude, Incubus opened for them.
Incubus, man, holy shit.
Incubus opened for Primus at Roseland Ballroom, I
You an
believe it
Incubus
was.
fan?
I like some of their stuff, not enough to have gone. I think I have one of their albums, but, like, the first, like, big hit album,
I had a
with
little
Whit
surge. I mean, like, I appreciate, like, I love Science, and
yeah, I
then
mean, I like the dude's voice. I liked,
dude,
uh,
I mean, we talked about him because he looks like now he looks like full, like, because now that he's a little bit older, and
yeah, of course.
he looks just like fucking Steven Tyler now. Like, he's dude, like, I remember I sent you a picture, I'm like, "Dude, is this Steven Tyler?" Like, he just looks just like him now.
Yeah. I mean, dude, when he did when they did Pardon Me,
Yeah,
when they did the acoustic on Howard,
yeah.
like, that was a great
It's a
version
great
of it.
dude, those albums,
Yeah.
that run they had, from Science on, because Science was a really fucking cool album, and they had a couple singles off that, and then that's when they came out at the album after, and I think that's the one that had Pardon Me and all that shit, and that's when they really started blowing up,
Yeah, see, when I saw them, had to be before that.
and then it was like, what is it, Morning View or something? I think that
I
was the album, I
dude,
can't
I
remember
didn't
now.
f
It's
dude,
rusty as shit, I haven't listened to him in, like, a
I
decade.
I didn't follow Incubus like that. I didn't even know who they were. I mean, like, I knew who they were when they were opening for Primus, just didn't know their music.
What
We weren't even really in the auditorium while they were playing, like, in
Yeah, yeah.
the inside. Like, we were just, like, outside, like, getting ready to go in for Primus and stuff like that. But Primus put on a great fucking show. From what I heard of Incubus from, like, outside of the room, sounded good.
I remember when Certain Shade of Green came out, and that was off, I believe that was the Science album. And I'm like, they were cool, and like, they're still, it's funny, it's one of those bands I haven't listened to them or even thought about them in like 10 years, but they're still
Yeah.
around and kicking.
And that's cool, man. Like, it's always good to know that, like, certain bands that you
Fungus
think
Among Us, that's right. That was their first album.
That's
Fungus
funny.
Among Us. Yeah, and then I was correct,
Well,
yeah. Then they
that's
came out
no
Make
worse
Yourself,
than
and that was Part of Me and everything. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's no worse than, what was it? The chocolate starfish and the
Hot dog flavored water.
chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
The chocolate star fart.
The chocolate starfish
You
and the
just
hot
call
dog
him
flavored water.
Race Truck Firebutt? Did you just call him
I
that?
like Lard Barskart.
Lard Barskart.
I like Lard Barskart.
Sounds like a linebacker for like the
Lard
Giants.
Barskart. I like Lard Barsket, Arnka
Lard
Bars,
Barskat's
and
on the field right now.
Primar Sun Martarlar.
Son Matulahar.
And
Sounds like the
Gua.
foreign neighbor just came in town. Hey,
Tartarar, Martarlartar, Margatar,
Taratar.
and Gua. Depending on who it is, you know, how much you listen to them, how much you love them as far as the music and the art of it and everything that goes into it, the live performances, whether you actually saw them live or not, whether it was just on video or just following on back in the day MTV when they would have live performances like that,
When it used to be actually about music. That's
when
a
it used to actually be about music. And
point to
when
mention.
those musicians, when those artists, performers, entertainers, when they die and they had a huge impact on your life, it can be crushing. You might not have ever known any of them personally, but you know enough about them because they're in the public eye and it gets into your soul, especially when they're doing good shit.
Dude, it
Especially
gets
when
into
it's
your
like,
soul, but it also I have to mention this because I think it's important. For us, we're talking about singers that we grew up with our formidable years that, like, our personas are adhered from them. Like, when you're in your phone, it's one thing when you're an adult and you get into somebody and, like, they die, you're like, "Oh, that's sad." But when you grow up and half your colloquialisms and your ideological premises and your jokes and everything, it's all from these people? So when they go, it's like you're losing a part of yourself because it's like, wow, like, they're gone now.
yeah, because at least I've become that person that used to say the same thing to me, where it was like, music was better in my day.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you listen to metal now when you grew up with bands like Pantera and Metallica? How can you listen to hip hop or rap nowadays when in our time we had Biggie and Tupac?
Well, I
How
think,
can you
dude, in defense of that, I think we have a viable case that the '90s was the last. Like, in other words, I think most people would agree now that music really sucks now compared to what it was back then. Whereas opposed to like people that were from the '70s going, "Our music was better, the '90s suck." I think more people were in agreement that '90s music was great.
Yeah, but
Whereas
how
now
can
it's
you
like I think more people are jumping to the '90s going,
right, but it's like, how can you listen it's like, how can you listen to today's pop music when we had Michael Jackson, man, you know? I mean, dude, even in her prime, Madonna was good. She put out some good shit in her prime,
I mean,
you
I
know?
I can't deny that. Yeah, like she had good songs back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, they're catchy shit. I mean, like, I used to listen to Madonna, I mean, but it's like all the music from, like, the '80s and the '90s are really what shaped us and really got to the core of who we are, like you said, as far as our mindsets, as far as our sense of
Dude,
humor.
they built a foundation of who we were, who we
Exactly,
became.
man.
Like, it
And
wasn't the '80s, it was the '90s, like, it was, like
well, it was more yeah, it was definitely more in the '90s, but, like, when you're a kid and you see somebody like Madonna, Michael Jackson, Tiffany, Debbie Gibson,
yeah.
all that stuff, it's like you kinda fall in love with it because it's like, "Wow, this is really
Yeah,
cool.
but it's one
That
thing
looks
when
like a lot of fun," you
like, when
know?
you're 5 and you're singing Comma, Comma, Chameleon, doesn't mean as much to you than when you're, like, 15 and you're listening to whatever, like, would it be Pantera
Right,
or
no, of
something?
course, right, because it's like you
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 have
go
more of
to
your
more
persona of what you want and what you like.
right, but in all honesty, the stuff that Michael sang always got to me, man, like songs like Man in the Mirror, Another Part of Me. Um, you know, just any of the songs that had, like, that really, like, good message. I mean, Smooth Criminal was just tops to me, but, like, when you hear a song like Leave Me Alone, like, basically just saying, "Leave me leave me the fuck alone," it's like, it means a lot because it's like you knew what he was going through at that time, and it's like, "Just stop fucking with me, leave me alone."
Yeah.
And we all get that way sometimes when people just, like, start to, like, pick at you, and it's like, "Well, you do this, you do that, you do this." It's like, "Yo, leave me the fuck alone." Like, stop fucking like, focus on yourself, not on me, please.
I will say this, there's another band that is called Nothing Face, and they were one of my all-time favorite bands, and they're a band that just never really blew up. Like, they were on the verge, like, they had the ability, and the reason I bring it up is because there was a time where they kinda went on hiatus, and then they were coming back, and it all fell apart. Like, so, like, there was a whole thing on the website, like, they had this whole, like, preview thing, and they were building up and they released a couple of songs, like teasers, and then it just all fell apart, and then a number of years later, the singer, Matt Holt, died. He had some illness, and I was like, "Wow." It's like, we never got that it just sucks.
Yeah, see, Nothing Face was another one of those bands that I knew of, but knew none of their music.
I loved them so much, and I saw them 3 times, and all 3 times, they played, like, 1 to 2 songs, and they were out, 'cause they were just, like one was "Tattoo
Just
the
opening.
Earth." Yeah, like, the and one was, like, I forget. One was definitely "Tattoo the Earth" 'cause they were on the outside. I remember walking around trying to like, find the stage that they were gonna play on, and they played, like, a whole 2 songs, and I was and they were done, and I was like, "Okay, there goes this time." And then, like, I saw 'em again in another I think it might have been, like, Ozfest, something like that, and they played, like, 3 songs. And then when they're coming out with their 3rd album, that was on TVT, and they were supposed to have their own headline and tour. And I was ready to buy tickets, and then all the tour got canceled because due to lack of ticket sales because the company didn't promote them at all. And then the band kinda fell apart shortly after that.
Oh, that sucks,
Like,
man.
they dropped one more album, and it was, like, a phenomenal album, but, like, they never got that spotlight. And I feel like they would've blew up, like, not I'm gonna say they would've been, like, worldwide famous, but, like, for metal, like, they were a
Right.
really fucking incredible band. And it sucks because, like, the singer died, and they never got that chance to really come back and, run it
Yeah.
back. Let's, right the wrongs.
See, I remember Tattoo the Earth in the year 2000.
Yeah. I
It
think
was
that's
at
it only did it once, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just in the year 2000, that was the first time I ever saw Mudvayne.
Dude, Mudvayne, Seven Dust, like, there was a lot of bands that I
I
loved
know.
that never saw before until that
Right. I remember Hatebreed was there, but we had already seen them at that Guar
oh,
show
yeah, I've seen Hatebreed,
in
like, a bunch of
Connecticut,
times,
yeah.
yeah.
But, that was a great show, man. Fucking all the S's and Metallica.
Yeah.
Slayer, Slipknot, Seven Dust,
Yeah, man.
Sepultura, and Metallica.
Yeah.
But,
It's good shit, dude. Especially a
yeah,
lot of
no, it
little
was good.
bands playing outside
Yeah.
outside the
That was where
stadium.
that's where I first saw and heard Mudvayne,
Yeah,
and I was like,
same.
"These guys are fucking great." Bought the album as soon as it came out, LD50, great
Yeah.
fucking album,
Still,
great album.
I think that's still
Still
the
still
best
my
album.
favorite album of theirs,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely,
By far,
100%.
Light Years is the best album.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking 100%. That being said,
We've reached 100% for the episode.
we've reached 100% of the episode, maybe 98.6%.
We covered
but,
our heroes.
yeah, as much as we could.
Yeah, as much as it's impossible to cover everything.
But yeah, dude. Speaking of Michael Jackson.
It's always Michael Jackson.
Well, dude, I mean, because at this point,
It's all about
All
it
right.
right now with the movie. So
I know, and like again, I think it's so amazing that just with a movie, it's all resurfacing. It's all.
oh, of
it's a
course
whole
it's got to,
resurgence.
dude. It just made $142 million. Like, it's going to research. It's going to. This is like the
400
tinderbox. It just opened up.
$400 million.
I said 424. Did it? Wasn't it?
Oh, I thought you said 124.
No, I said four. Well, I thought I said
Sorry.
424.
Yeah, so over $400 million. It in its opening weekend, it became the number one
Docu
number one
movie, whatever.
grossing for an opening weekend for a biopic. Highest grossing live action film this year so far in its opening weekend. And dude, Freddie Mercury, another phenomenal artist, another incredible, amazing singer.
Yeah.
That I wish I would have seen live when I was a kid. And one of my favorite songs was one of the songs that he put out when he was like on his way out. It's called The Show Must Go On. It came out in 1990, and it was like the last song that he recorded with Queen. One of the best fucking songs ever. And it was just such a way to say goodbye,
Yeah.
basically. I mean, just the title alone,
Swan
The Show
song.
Must Go On. Yeah, exactly. And it is a phenomenal song. But again, that being said, we're going to bring this to a close, and I am Giuseppe.
And I'm Storm.
Have a fantastic week. Go see the movie Michael. And buy Michael Jackson shit.
Yeah, why not? Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Storm here. I just want to thank you guys for hanging with us. Dude, for real. If you like it and you want more, like, share, subscribe. Shout out the rooftops. Any methodology you wish to employ, the power is yours. Use it wisely. Until next time.